The Clipper Round the World Yacht Race is a 40,000-mile, 11-month adventure, crossing the world's most challenging oceans, one that will test the physical and mental boundaries of everyone involved. But these are all amateur sailors, ordinary people, many of whom have never sailed before. Now they are stepping into race mode, determined not only to survive all and live the experience to the full, but to reach the end as race winners. There's a series of 16 races around the world, starting in England, and the first race is a short sprint to France before a downwind race 2 roller coaster across the Atlantic Ocean to Brazil. Race 3 takes the fleet to South Africa, and then it's the terrifying Southern Ocean sleigh ride down to the infamous Roaring Forties. The Australian leg is split into 3 stages, including the iconic Sydney to Hobart race, before heading north to China via Singapore and onto the longest single race, crossing the mighty Pacific Ocean to San Francisco. The next leg around the US in 3 races heads south through the Panama Canal and up to New York via Jamaica. The final leg is a further 3 races across the Atlantic Ocean to Northern Ireland, on to the Netherlands before race 16 to the finish back in London.
And welcome to St Katharine's Dock. We are here in the heart of London, right next to Tower Bridge, on this gloriously sunny day. And it is a day of celebration. We are here to welcome and have the homecoming and the prize giving for the 2013-2014 Clipper Round the World race. It is the world's longest ocean challenge, 44,000 miles. These teams have sailed around the world, and it's taken almost 11 months to go between all 6 continents, and there have been 16 races across the course of those 11 months. We've got 12 identical 70-foot boats, and on board those teams we have amateurs from all around the world. They've been embarking on this extraordinary challenge. They've had a lot of pre-race training, and this is it, the culmination, the pièce de résistance. This is their moment of glory as they arrive here back into London and St Katharine's Dock for the very finale of their adventure. Well, it's been an extraordinary race. We've had ups and downs, we've had turbulent weather, we have had hurricanes, you name it, there's even been a tornado. But let's have a look back at leg 1.
Everywhere you look, it's Clipper, Clipper, Clipper. People drinking, people cheering us in. A little bit of stress for the skippers pulling us in here. But as all the boats are arriving, you can just feel the excitement.
I feel very inspired, excited. I don't think I will become a professional sailor, but I'm definitely telling friends and family.
Well, we have an action-packed day for you today here at St Katharine's. We have a few minutes of chat with some very important people, the big family, friends, and extended family of the Clipper race. And at 12:45, the boats will start their final journey here into St Katharine's. We've got Tower Bridge opening it, you name it, we've got all the bells and whistles. So with 680 crew members, sailing around the world, I am delighted to be joined here by David Cusworth, who is Development and Crew Recruitment Director for the Clipper race. Now, David, you yourself have been one of the crew members in one of the past races. What are these guys going to be feeling today?
You know what, this has been years and years and years in the making for the crew. They've spent 11 months racing, but they've been planning this probably for 4, 5, 6 years. So there's a flood of emotions going through them. They're looking forward to seeing friends and family. That's really important. But they're leaving their boat family. You know, they've been sailing with these guys for a leg or for 11 months. You get to know each other really quickly. So they're going to leave one family on the boat. but they've got all these guys who've come to cheer them in. So it's a really emotional few hours coming back up the Thames now.
And I know we're joined here by friends and family from all around the world who are going to be cheering their hearts out later on. I hope you're warming up your vocal cords. And for those of you tuning in around the world, thank you very much. Now, David, what kind of person does the Clip Around the World race?
That's such an interesting question. And I get asked all the time, could I do it when people are applying? Am I made of the right stuff? We've got crew members who are 70. We've got crew members who are 18. More than 40 nationalities. Initially, the things we're looking for, mental strength, sense of humor, to get on with up to 20 people on a boat in the middle of the ocean, people skills are the key thing. We can teach you to sail. We can't turn you into a nice person. So we quite like you to be nice. We like you to be interesting, have some good stories. The crew are the entertainment in the middle of the ocean. There's no TV. So mental strength and character are really the key things. You know, if you're 6'5", that's useful, but it's not that important. Teamwork is really key on an ocean yacht.
Now, you and I have both done ocean crossings. We know what it's like to step off the boat at the other end and try and integrate yourself back into normal life. They'll be craving a bacon sandwich. They'll be craving a cold beer, especially on a day like today. But the next few days are going to be about celebration, but a lot about reflection as well.
Yeah, coming down after the end of the race is really hard for some crew. I guarantee you're going to see today hundreds of people in tears as they walk away from their boat and walk away from potentially the biggest challenge they've faced. So they're going to start planning, what do I do next? You can't just go back to avoid. You need the next challenge to move into. Some people will be back at work in a week's time, but some people, it's going to take them months and months to get their head around the fact they've just sailed around the world.
Crikey, sailing around the world and then going back and sitting behind a desk after just a week's a pretty tall order. I think that's probably harder than some of the ocean legs. Now, it's been an extraordinary race, no more so than leg one. They set off here 11 months ago and made the long, long trip over to Rio. You're going to be joining us a little bit later with commentator Mark Cavell. But for now, David, thank you so much. And let's have a look back at that first epic leg from the UK to Brazil.
It was very close at the end. I think we reckoned on it being 19 seconds between the two boats. That was very close. In the last 20 miles, we were literally neck and neck. And the last few days, it's been strong wind, upwind sailing, and we've been crossing each other, tacking, and then came in together the last 20 miles. But very, very close.
Pretty fantastic, really, wasn't it? 19 seconds over the line between Jamaica and ourselves, and we've been playing cat and mouse for about a week since we left the doldrums. It took quite a while to catch him. Caught him, had a few issues on board, lost him, caught him, lost him, and then last night, not much sleep at all. And today's little grandstand finish couldn't be any more perfect, really.
Bananas. And bananas. Bananas and beer. That's all you need. And hugs. We need lots of hugs. Lots of hugs. Oh, there you go.
I thought our tactics to the east went really well. That was we thought that straight from the beginning, really. We missed out by a couple of hours just on a couple of points for the gate, and that was a bit unfortunate. And the ocean sprint by less than an hour. So it's all been just not quite there. So hopefully a podium position in third if obviously Henry and Lloyd without their reguests come in a little bit later. So hopefully that'll be our second podium of this race so far. So fantastic, the campaign's going really well.
It's ocean crossing, you know, you see all the wild animals, you see dolphins, you see whales, and then you day and night spend time with your crewmates, and you not only sail together, you're actually living together on this 70-foot long world. It's really amazing.
Well, we could very easily be in Brazil today with the weather, the great British summer giving us everything that it's got today. Now, thank you so much to all of you that have come from far and wide to celebrate and cheer your teams in. I hope you're feeling in good voice today. I know that there are some teams or fans and friends and family up there in the bar getting ready and warmed up. Are you all ready for a big cheer later? Well, we're going to have to do a little bit better than that. And for those of you tuning in around the world, thank you so much for joining us. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Jonathan Levy, who is from Clipper, Global Business and Communications Director. This has been an extraordinary race, hasn't it, Jonathan?
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, this race grows year on year, and this has been one of the biggest yet. 12 new yachts, hundreds of crew around the world. The media have been absolutely fantastic everywhere we've gone because there are so many amazing stories to tell. It really is a great adventure.
Now, you have travelled with the race. I know that because you're a very difficult man to get hold of at times. You're always in a different country. There have been some extraordinary stories. And from your point of view, let's just talk about the business side of it. What does this global race do for businesses on a global platform?
Well, alongside all the really interesting stories here, ordinary people achieving extraordinary things, people want to be associated with that. Brands want to be associated with that. Places around the world want to be associated with that huge sense of adventure. And so as we go around the world, there are huge opportunities for all our partners to network not only with each other, but with businesses and governments around the world. And it really is like a floating trade show, but even more so as we go around. And really just everybody wants to be part of the great atmosphere that's created. And you'll feel it today as the boats arrive, as the people are here with all their hopes and dreams, anxiety maybe that the race is coming to an end. But it's a great thing to be associated with. And it's the thing that gives me energy as I probably cheat and fly from place to place. But I just love working with the crews, hearing their stories, and we've got a few here to talk to shortly.
And the media have been absolutely all over this race. They've been fascinated by the tale that these crews have to tell when they reach each port. I mean, today, for example, we are being streamed all over the world. Is that had a greater impact than you thought?
I think so, because as the audience has grown around the world, if you think that up to a couple of months ago, over 3 billion people, a cumulative audience of 3 billion people had engaged with the race through the media. You know, that's a huge audience because people are fascinated by either people from their part of the world or others, you know, who are doing incredible things on this race. And we'll hear some of those stories. We've got on the Ching boat a woman who will become the first Chinese woman to sail around the world. And as she sailed around the world, she's kept in touch with her mum at home who's been ill. You know, so there's a huge range of stories, and that's just one of them.
And I mean, it really is truly global. Not only do you visit countries on 6 continents, but you've also got crew members from so many countries. And each event and each race that you do, that grows and grows and grows. And it really brings the world together in sort of a united
Now, what sort of percentage, I know that a lot of the crews change on the legs, and you have leggers and worlders. What sort of percentage would have done the whole race, would have actually witnessed this 11 months ago, leaving London?
So roughly 20% of the whole crew. So out of 680 crew, about 20% are going to do the whole race. So on every boat, there's a group of people who are there for 11 months. So these guys left here, and this is the first time they've seen London since September the 1st last year. So for those guys, it's just an enormous event. For the leggers, it's huge as well, of course, but for the round the worlders especially.
Well, it must be an amazing feeling to stand upon those boats. 11 months ago, they left here, and they're coming back along the Thames, the opposite direction, past the London Eye, having circumnavigated the globe. And to get some reaction very soon, I hope we will be going over to the boats and get a few interviews from some of the boats coming up the Thames. So we'll just see if we can make some connection there. But that is incredible views coming past the London Eye. And they'll slowly start to see us, the bridge, come into eye as they come around that corner. So David, I mean, just quickly, your highlights. I know we're going to start to talk about all the highlights as we drill down through the boats, but just seeing them come around the corner here, what does that make you feel?
Oh, the emotion within me floods back. I was speaking a little while ago to the skipper that won the race I did in 2002, a guy called Simon Rowell, who was a skipper of the Jersey boat. And we were talking about 2003 sailing back into Liverpool and the outpour of emotion after something like sailing around the world. It's so hard to describe. You know, these guys, their feelings are going to be all over the place. There's elation and excitement and sadness at leaving, and it's such a big day for them.
And how long did it take you, and obviously these guys, how long is it going to take for them to sort of get back into normal life?
Oh, it took me an awful long time. You know, I came back after the race and decided that sitting behind a desk and real life, if you like, was not something that I wanted to do. So I managed to convince Clipper to give me a job. So since 2005, I've been working for Clipper, interviewing the crew. So for me, I haven't fully got over doing the race. For some of these guys, as I said to Hannah, they'll be back at work in a few weeks' time. But for some of them, it'll be life-changing. You know, they'll change countries, they'll change jobs. We had a crew member in 2000 who became a skipper. He worked for Reuters before the race. He hadn't sailed around the world, and then he skippered a boat in 2007. A guy called Simon Bradley, who's here in St. Cat's waiting as well. So it's very much a life-changing event.
And on that subject of life-changing, a lot of these people, I'm sure, will stay involved with the race and obviously help recruit for the next race, because the whole thing rolls on again.
Absolutely.
And this must be a huge springbox for the the day where we start the recruitment for the next race.
Well, you know, we're about probably 70% full for 2015.
Wow.
So as soon as one race starts, the race itself is the recruitment tool for the next race. So, you know, you'll see walking around St. Cat's now, there are probably close to 300 crew who will be taking part in the next race. And they're here to soak up their, the experience and excitement.
Well, talking about excitement, we've got some video now from the route down from into the South Atlantic down to Cape Town.
probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've done for a very long time. So, especially the last 48, 72 hours, I've been bag of nerves. You ask anyone in the crew, I've been a barking ogre around the boat, just making sure we've had a nice lead and just making sure we've maintained that. But it is such a good feeling to get in with our first of many firsts. I hope the hard work is really paying off. Teams working brilliantly together, and I couldn't wish for a better crew. It's been absolutely fantastic. A brilliant sail.
Fantastic, right? We had a tough go, long race, and it was only at the last 6 or 7 hours that we pulled into for second place. So it's a great way to move up right at the very end. So I'm really happy. Just never give up, whatever. You never know what will happen at the end. And even for us, we almost got becalmed at the finish, and we're kind of biting our nails. Is in West Africa going to come up behind us, but we managed to get some breeze and get to the finish line. So really happy with the second place.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, here we are at the end of leg 2, and on the way down here, down from Rio to Cape Town. The crew are already in a place where I can go, right, I'm going to bed, wake me up in 2 hours, let me know what's going on. And I certainly did not think we'd have made that much progress this early on in the race. So really, really pleased with how the team are coming together.
When you hit St. Cat, stop seeing your family and friends. So I'm just going to give you a nod, and you're going to go into it in probably about 30.
Alright, so we're just coming up the Thames Estuary, going by the Isle of Dogs, coming up to Greenwich. So far the welcome has been extraordinary. The amount of spectator boats out here cheering us on, just overwhelming. The support that's being shown, supporters from all the different boats, all 12 boats, cheering every boat on for an amazing round the world race. And yeah, so far I've seen my mom and family in a rib going by, super excited, waving like crazy at us, and so that's pretty emotional. Haven't been able to give her a hug yet, but looking forward to getting on dry land and yeah, just giving her a nice big hug.
Okay, over.
Well, a few words there from Eric, who's the skipper of Henry Lloyd, coming up the Thames. An amazingly emotional moment for him as winning skipper coming in. But I'm delighted to say I'm now joined on stage by Dirk van Dale, former Clipper racer. You took part in the race in 2009, 2010. But the reason you're here today is not because you're a former competitor, but because you've got something very, very interesting to talk to us about, the Sapinda project. Dirk, please tell us a little bit about this project.
Well, the background of this is that when I participated in 2010, we didn't depart from London, we departed from Hull. And in Hull, Clipper put a program in place for underprivileged youngsters. And a few months ago, really in a rather entrepreneurial way between the CEO Clipper and myself, we said, why don't we try and do this for the first time on an emerging market? And we put a program in place together with the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund to put 8 underprivileged youngsters out of South Africa on the race. Each of the legs have had one on the boat, around the world, on the West Africa boat. It's been an amazing experience for all of us. I mean, I talked to the West Africa skipper, who believes this was a real special dimension on the boat. One must consider that where these youngsters come from, Most of them had never seen the sea, had never taken a plane, and they've moved in a year's time from that environment to, I have here with me, Zbu, who is the first South African to have done the Sydney Hobart race, and Nikki is one of the first women to have crossed the Atlantic. So that's been quite an experience.
So both of these youngsters have done a leg of this edition of the Clipper race. Spo, tell me, how was it? What an incredible experience.
It was tough. It was tough, but being there with the guys of the support of the boat, the Invest Africa, they supported us. And the race, fantastic. Sorry.
That's okay, take your time.
Sorry. As I was saying, it was tough, and it was a learning of who we are, who you are, what are you capable of, what would you do, a motivation or through your next level of life.
So have we got a new Spo? Are you a new person? Has this changed you as a person?
It has changed me a lot, because the old Spo used to be a gangster, didn't care. Now I'm no longer that person. I've changed. I've got vision. I've got mission. I've decided, like, I want to go back to school, like finishing my schooling. Before I didn't care about school. Like, I'm a new Spo now.
We love that. We love that, Spo. Congratulations, an extraordinary achievement. And Nick, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please do give him a round of applause. Nikki, the first woman to sail across the Atlantic in this race from Africa. What an extraordinary experience. Tell me, how was it?
It was a great experience and a great challenge, being on the sea in the middle of the ocean, especially me. I don't know how to swim. So I think on my way there to Cape Town, I conquered my fear. Now I know how to sail. I'm not afraid of water anymore.
That's amazing. And what was your favorite part of the journey?
It was when the boat is leaning over the water. Yeah, we were all falling on the other side. It was so great for me.
So you were sitting on the deck with your legs over the side?
Yeah, sure.
And you loved it?
Yeah, I loved it very much.
Are you going to go sailing again?
I'd love to. If I get the opportunity, I'll make sure I grab it. I'd love to go sailing again.
Okay, fantastic, Nikki. Thank you so much. Well, Dirk, an extraordinary achievement. I think people here in St. Catherine's Dock and around the world will all raise their glasses and say what a congratulations and what an extraordinary achievement. And good luck to you both. I really hope that this is the start of something new for both of you, and I hope to see you on the water again soon. So we are now going to have a look at some onboard footage from Henry Lloyd.
love the beating heart audio on that VT because it is not for the faint-hearted, the Southern Ocean, down in the roaring 40s where the wind and the wave rolls round this great planet of ours all in one go. And the sailors actually sail south into those conditions to get east quicker.
Yeah, it's tactically, it's very interesting. You know, the further south you go, you have stronger winds and bigger seas, but that's what the guys are looking for. They want to go fast, so they go looking for stronger weather. There's an amazing shot at the end of that piece where the guys at the back of the boat cheering and raising his arms. That's the moment when the Henry Lloyd boat broke the Clipper speed record, 34.8 knots, with an amateur crew in the middle of the Southern Ocean. Just amazing.
It's very, very hard to believe that big, you know, these boats go that speed. Looking at them slowly coming up the Thames now, but I mean, just imagine the spray, the noise, the rumble, the amount of water on deck as they shoot down those waves. I've been to the Southern Ocean. I've raced in the Southern Ocean, and they feel like a house that you are falling down the side of.
Absolutely. You surf down the front of a wave, and as you said, Mark, the noise, it's deafening to the point where you can barely hear the crew cheering and screaming as they're picking up boat speed. So you surf down this enormous wave. Technically, and the technique they need is just so important because you get to the bottom of the wave, your speed drops and the wave starts catching you up. So, you know, for the people helming, if they're not absolutely on the ball, things can get interesting very, very quickly.
And the skipper can't helm all the time. He has to pass to the crew. I mean, how do you train the crew to deal with conditions like that?
Well, you know, the skippers will very rarely helm. The skippers are looking at the tactics, and they're looking at where the boat needs to be in 2 or 3 days' time. So very much in the early parts of the race, what the skippers are doing, they're teachers and coaches, and they're trying to get the crew to the point where the...
That's amazing. And so, come on, how was it?
It was incredible. The only thing I wish that I would have done is done more of it. That's it.
Are we going to see you back? Are you going to come back and do another leg?
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Okay, you must have some good stories. What happened on board? Okay, let's talk about this. What was the toughest moment?
I think the toughest moment mentally was when our water maker broke, and we'd only just come out of the doldrums, and we had to go back in to meet DLL and get water from them. I was the one that went out in the tender, in between the two boats, and to fill up. When we then tried to go back to the place where we'd left off, it turns out the doldrum had caught us up. So we went from first place to middle of the fleet, and we lost our lead, which was quite tough mentally. But we managed to then win the sprint and ended up finishing third.
Amazing. So, and that has to be a high, standing on that podium, going, we came in third despite all the problems that we had.
It was incredible, yeah. That high with when I managed to do my speed record. That was at the time the record, no longer because of the Southern Ocean. But that was definitely the proudest moment for me.
And what were the numbers? What was the top speed you did?
30.7.
30.7 knots. That's quite fast on a boat. And so you're a student living in London. What now? Has it changed you? Are you a different person? Are you now going to embark on some epic round-the-world voyage?
My next ambition would be to be a skipper and get my skipper license, my yacht master. And I'll never be able to be as good as Eric, but I hope to at least be a skipper.
Okay, amazing. Well, all the very best of luck. We will look forward to seeing you back here as a skipper in many years to come. Good luck with your degree, and congratulations for being crew member on board Henry Lloyd, winning both of this edition of the Clipper Round the World race. Thank you, Jonathan. Well done. Now we are getting very, very close to being able to rock back into this. We are going to go live again around the world shortly, and the boats are going to start coming in very, very soon, Jonathan.
Yes, latest news. For those of you that can see the screen, the boats are almost here, out in the river. At 1:45, the bridge will lift, and those first 3 boats will go through, and they will be ready for the boats to come into here. Now, we cannot control the sun and the moon. At the moment, the tide is running a little more slowly than expected up the river, which means the water level is slightly lower than we'd hoped. So we'll probably have to wait a further 10 minutes before we open the lock and the first boat comes in. But we'll keep you entertained. And as I say, the pictures over there are fantastic, striking pictures of the boats as they're approaching Tower Bridge, and they'll be here with us very shortly.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back around the world. Apologies for the short delay. I hope it gave you a chance to have a nice cup of tea and join us once again. The good news is we are coming to the highlight of this event very, very shortly. The boats are getting closer and closer to Tower Bridge, and shortly they're going to be coming here into St. Katharine's Dock. So welcome back. We have our co-commentators with us, Mark Cavell and David Cusworth. They're keeping their eyes on what is going on out on the water, and hopefully we can come to them and have a little update of what's going on out there.
Thank you, Hannah. We are straining our necks down, looking down the river, looking down to our left, hoping to see the first sights of the boats coming around that corner. And they are very, very close, David. Just think, the first boat's going to see the bridge, and they'll feel they're home.
Absolutely. You know, what an iconic view. They come round the corner, see Tower Bridge in front of them, and I think that will be when it really hits home that they're close. They're almost in.
So if you're on the banks of the River Thames here in London, just keep looking left, because they are very, very, very close. We had a little outage of some power. It shows how rickety our systems can be on land, but they are totally self-contained on boat. So just tell us how they do that with water and power.
Absolutely. So you know, the race is about sailing. You're on a yacht. You're sailing around the world, but at the same time, the crew need to become a community. They need to manage their own food, their provisioning, their water, their fuel. So there's a water maker on the boats, and every day the crew will run their water maker. It sucks in seawater. And desalinates, and so you know, that's a really important point for them.
Well, that's great, and keep looking, because I can almost see them coming around the corner. But just while they do that, we've got some great images from the iconic Sydney to Hobart race. Okay, we're just going to hold on that because this is too exciting to look around the corner and see the first boats coming up. And I'd like to hear a big cheer when you see the first boats. Will be Henry Lloyd just coming around the corner. And Henry Lloyd now in the image from the helicopter here, looking down. And look at all the people on board looking up the river, looking for that first sight of the bridge.
What fantastic branding. It's such a striking boat. The black and gold on the boat. Henry Lloyd obviously have got a very long association with Clipper, and they're the first boat to come round the corner. They can now see Tower Bridge, and we can see the crew there. You know, they're taking pictures. They'll be pinching themselves, a bit of disbelief, a bit of excitement. You can imagine just how they're feeling right now.
Absolutely fantastic sights here. The sun is shining. It's incredible how much everyone's turned out to. All the teams on the boats are waving at the spectators on the land and on boats. And look at that, the cameras are out. Smiles, getting that iconic shot of the Shard and the bridge and London in the background. It really is hard to believe the speeds and the uncomfortness and the wet and cold and heat that these boats have been, and look how comfortable they are coming up the river.
You know, we were talking a short while ago about the Southern Ocean and the top speeds and the storm conditions. A lot of the race, the conditions are very similar to today. You're in the tropics and the doldrums. You've got to work so hard to keep a 70-foot boat moving in light winds, in intense heat. So it's not just about battling with storms, it's also about the mental strength and the technique you need to race a boat in the tropics. So the middle of leg 1 down to Rio, leg 5 as the boats go up to Singapore and China, and then 7 going down to Panama. Very light conditions, very similar to today. So the crews will actually be used to these conditions, but today they're standing and waving. When they're racing, they're focused on sail trim.
Well, on the dock we have Hannah. Who have you got, Hannah?
Well, I'm delighted to say I'm joined here by John Dodd from Team Garmin. Now, John has got many fans here, far more than me. I'm very jealous. John, you did legs 1 and 5. So you started here in the UK, you went all the way down to Rio, you came home, went back to work, and then you flew out to Australia and did the long slog all the way up to Ching. Just talk to me a little bit about leg 1, first of all. What was it like?
Well, leg 1 was fantastic. The the initial race start and leaving here, getting tired through all the waving and everything, and then landing in France, and then the long trawl across the Atlantic. Coping with the doldrums, we were stuck for about a week in the doldrums, as were many teams. Psychologically difficult. We had a bit of a problem just a bit outside in the Bay of Biscay. We had a crash jibe. So our team very quickly came together. We learnt what we were made of. We got through all of those problems and sailed as a team, and arrived in Rio, and that was just absolutely amazing. So crossing the Atlantic, fresh team, new team building, all of that kind of stuff was just awesome for that first leg.
Now, for those of you new to sailing, we have a little bit of a tradition. When you cross the equator for the first time, you get a little bit of a present from Neptune. John, did you have anything particularly special? Did they wrap you up in cling film? Did they throw porridge at you? What was it?
Well, we had a kind of kangaroo court, and every single crew member kind of had their sins exposed in front of everyone else. Now, mine personally, I was the media member, so I was meant to be in charge of the cameras and the filming and all of that kind of thing. About a week before, I'd accused all of my other team members of losing the camera. We were looking all over for the camera. It took us 2 days to find it. Unfortunately, it was in my pocket all the time. So I was banned from using any electronic devices for the next 2 days or so. And, various other things happened as well. But
serious chocolate fines, I think, on board for that. Now, you came home, and in your job, you work in Oxford, and you are a product psychologist, is that right? So you make the user experience far more easy for things like this, products, things that are difficult to use. So you're used to looking at things from maybe a more psychologically based background. What happened when you went back to Australia and rejoined the crew?
Well, that was the kind of interesting part. So about half the crew were around the worlders, so they'd been on it for the first leg, but on it for the second, third and fourth, and then I joined them on the fifth. So from us all starting out in the first leg, all being inexperienced, all being novice, all being quite scared, then going back on the fifth leg, just seeing the change in those people was really quite amazing. Their professionalism, the fact that things that were used to be difficult were now just kind of easy and trivial. And the whole kind of team dynamics, the whole kind of psychology of the team had changed as well. So being in there at the beginning, taking a break and going back, being parachuted back into there was really quite kind of interesting from a kind of social psychology point of view as well. We all gelled, they welcomed new people together, we reformed teams each time, got performance out of all of the teams, so it was fantastic, but that whole change is amazing. So we're going to be seeing them again now, so another couple of months on. They've probably all changed again. It's going to be really interesting seeing all these guys back after 11 months. It's an incredible time.
And one last question, John. Do you wish you were out there right now, coming in, having been around the world on Team Garmin?
Yeah, absolutely. The kind of welcome and the emotions of those guys coming in now, I know they'll all be absolutely relieved and dying to get off. It's such a journey, such a long kind of endurance feat. The guys that have done 11 months are just absolutely amazing, but they can't wait to get off, and they can't wait to see all their friends and family, and we can't wait to welcome them. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, there are certainly plenty of people here to welcome them. John, thank you so much. Congratulations. A great, great achievement. John Dodd there from Team Garmin. Now, we have loads of people here to welcome their teams, their loved ones, their friends and their families, and that time is getting very, very close now. Mark Cavell, tell us what's going on out on the water.
Well, they are like ducks in a row as they approach the bridge, looking very, very beautiful in their in-line flotilla as they come up the Thames. And I can see now the bridge starting to open. What an amazing moment that'll be when they cross and come through the bridge.
It's just so iconic. You think of where the race has been. We've been to Rio and to Cape Town and into San Francisco and New York. But is there anything more iconic than Tower Bridge and Tower Bridge opening? The race starting and finishing here in London, just mind-blowing for the crew. They've sailed around the world, They've been through adventures and experiences that they'll be talking about in pubs for years and years to come. But I guarantee this will be one of their big, big memories. Henry Lloyd just about now to go through Tower Bridge, and to go through Tower Bridge as the winning boat in the Clipper 2013-14 Round the World Yacht Race. It's just an amazing feeling for them after more than 40,000 miles of challenge and fun and pain and emotion, culminating right here, right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to take a deep breath and get your hands ready to cheer and clap as this team, Henry Lloyd, just starts to come through the bridge. And I want a massive cheer as they come through. So well done, Henry Lloyd. That is absolutely fantastic as they come through. Look at the images from the boat. Well done, Henry Lloyd. You've got the gold shorts on. So great appreciation from all the crew. I think the skipper's there talking about how, just saying well done to the crews. They have circumnavigated the world.
I think they look pretty excited, Mark, would you say?
Absolutely. This must be such an emotional moment for them.
And crew from all over the world, you know. We've got an American crew member, Tasha, on the boat there in her gold shorts. We've got Dutch crew on that boat, so there's a huge international mix on the boat. But I guarantee they will all remember sailing into London, sailing through Tower Bridge as the winners.
Well, certainly coming here today on the tube, I noticed the fantastic advertising all the way through the tube, and there are 391 Brits took on. Then we've got Eric there with the iconic flare. It is your right, if you've won an ocean race, to get the flares out. This is not a distress. This is an appreciation of victory.
He's worked so hard on this race, coaching his crew, developing his crew. Tactically, very, very good. Made some just astute decisions tactically, putting the boat in the right place at exactly the right time. Very much leaving the crew to sail the boat and looking at where the boat needs to be in 1, 2, 3 days' time. So he's developed an amazing team around him. People, many of whom have never sailed before, they're now competent ocean racers who've sailed in conditions most of us would probably try and avoid and would never imagine we would ever be in. These guys had 100-mile-an-hour gusts in the Southern Ocean and in the North Pacific. They've had moments in the doldrums where there's been no wind and intense heat. So these guys have faced absolutely everything imaginable that the world has thrown at them over the last 11 months.
And he comes from quite a pedigree of meteorological background. He was the Met man for the Canadian Olympic team, I believe.
Absolutely. So yeah, you know, this guy can read the weather. Yeah, the meteorologist for the Canadian Olympic team. So I think the crew knew very early on. Here's a guy who knows the weather, knows his tactics, and he's very, very competitive. Yeah, the crew have learnt an awful lot from Eric.
So it's not just about boat handling itself, it's about placing the boat, making those tactical decisions to put the boat in the right place with the world's weather.
Decisions on the same data.
We're just holding here, as Jonathan said earlier, that Mother Nature has just meant that the tide has flooded into the River Thames a little late. So we're just waiting for enough water to come up to reach the lock level, to open the lock and let the first of our boats, Mission Performance, come into the docks. And there's a few crowd shots waiting on the bridge. And all of those people stood on that bridge, they will need to move because the thing is going to be opening very, very soon. So when you see that bridge start to open and the people move off it, so just back out onto the Thames now. What a fantastic day. There we go.
From a planning point of view, you know, it takes so much preparation to get 12 boats and 680 people around the world. I think we can be forgiven
for forgetting to plan the tide. As you said, Mark, the tide's moving a little bit slower, but everything else is pretty much perfect today.
Now, this village that we see here now, does this follow the fleet? Does it actually go around to all the stopovers?
Absolutely. You know, the Clipper race is like a circus coming to town. Just before the boats arrive, we have 2 containers arrive in every stopover around the world. PSP Logistics are our logistics partner, as well as one of the boat sponsors, of course. And so with their help, this circus arrives in every stopover. So before the boats arrive, the branding is up, the big red dome there is up. Our marketing manager, Terry, works to make sure that whenever the boats arrive in every stopover, it feels as if they're coming home. You know, it provides a hub for the crew to go to, but also for the public to come and find out what on earth is going on. And you know, it's a great way for people all around the world to find out more about the Clipper race. They come down, they see a big inflatable red tent, and they come and find out how they can get involved in the race.
Now, I know that I think, Hannah, you're going to need to move some people around so we can get these dock gates open and get the boats in. So very, very excited to see these boats starting to come in. Hannah, over to you.
Oh, Mark, it is a most fantastic day here. The crowds have come out in their thousands. They are waving their flags, getting their banners ready. There are crowds behind me waving and cheering and getting ready to greet their loved ones in. The weather is spectacular. Any second now, the lock gates are going to open and we're going to start this parade of sail into St. Katharine's Dock. Now remember, if you're watching around the world and you have seen any of these wonderful arrivals from your city, get in touch and send us a photo or send us a message on Twitter. Tell us who you're supporting and why you're tuning in. You can use @ClipperRace on Twitter and Instagram, and also the hashtag #ClipperRaceLondon. Tell us if you're having a nice time, tell us if you're here and enjoying it, and get in touch, because it really is a very special day. Very shortly, these 12 boats are going to be coming in, and we're going to greet the first one right here. We're going to get to speak to every single boat as they go around before we go into the prize giving. It is such a special day. A lot of these people have sailed over 40,000 miles around the world, and this is it. This is the pinnacle of what has been years and years of preparation and hard work to get to this stage. Mark, what is going out on the water? We are waiting with nervous anticipation here.
Well, it's not just you that are looking forward to these boats coming in. It's the crews. They want to get in. They want to come through the dock gates. They want to start waving and seeing the crowd, and then getting off the boats and welcoming their friends and family, and then let the party begin.
Absolutely. You know, the crew, especially of Mission, they know they're going to be coming in first. They're itching to see, in some cases, people that they haven't seen for a year. The youngest crew member on the race, Sophie, on Mission Performance, 18 years old when she started the race. Her father, James, has been to lots of stopovers, so he's been very heavily involved in following the race and supporting the race. But I know he's with an army of friends and family in St. Cat's waiting for Sophie and her team to come around the corner.
And just to describe some of Mission's highlights. I mean, they've had a fantastic race, but and they've got you know, many interesting people on board.
Yeah, so on Mission we had, as I said, Sophie, the youngest crew member. We had Gaurav, who was the first Indian crew member on that particular boat. Here goes the bridge. So I think we're literally seconds away now from the first boat turning into St. Katharine's Dock.
Now, Mission had another mission, didn't they? They had a mission to actually show how they can train and get better performance out of the crews on board.
Yeah, it's really interesting how the different sponsors bring different things to the Clipper race. So with Mission Performance, their background is leadership and people development. You know, Mission Performance as an organisation was set up by Rob and Chris, who are ex-Royal Marine officers. They lead Arctic expeditions. They study how people behave and interact in extreme environments. So they've worked not only with their own boat, but with the whole crew on every boat and every skipper, analysing what works, what doesn't work, what makes a team happy, what makes them successful. and they're the learning and development partner with Clipper. We're going to use those lessons moving forward. So all of the lessons that we've learned from the 2013-14 race, the crews for Clipper 2015-16 are going to get that benefit. So Mission have been a very, very important and very active sponsor. They've been at nearly every stopover over the last 11 months.
Well, that will be a very interesting document going into the next race about exactly how they get the most out of people, and how those people that come together as strangers and thrown onto a boat and immediately start to perform.
Yeah, I mean, if you imagine your team is made up of 18-year-olds, 70-year-olds, different nationalities, different vocations. You know, we've had Vickers on the race, we've had a TV weather girl on the race, we've had a NASA scientist. On this particular race, we've got 2 professional rugby players. So you get a whole mix of people, different work ethic, different level of competitiveness. And what you need to do very quickly with your team is find a common goal. Because unless all of the crew are pulling in the same direction, on a boat, nothing happens unless the team is working. So teamwork is far more important on a yacht than individual skill, individual strength.
Now, how does that actually transform back into their, their social, their personal, and more important, business lives?
It's a really interesting point, and more businesses now are seeing how something like the Clipper race has a very big effect on personal development. I was talking to a guy in Derry, Londonderry, a couple of weeks ago, who took part in the Clipper 11-12 race, who worked for a large retail outlet, and he told me it's such an interesting story. As he got back within a month of leaving the race, he was promoted at work, and they told him it was his decision-making. His decision-making skills had developed on the race to the point where he made very quick decisions. Within his business life, he realized on the boat it literally is life and death. In business, it's not. So don't take time, don't procrastinate, make a quick decision and do something. And his company recognized that, and he got promoted within a month of leaving the race because of the skills he developed on the race.
Well, the last bridge now is just starting to come up now. We had a lot of bridges to cross, and then very, very soon. And it's fantastic to see the crowds out today, ready to wave and cheer, flags at the ready.
I guarantee we're seconds away from a whole load of tears.
And here they come, the engine throttle starts to come up, the speed starts to come up, and they're about to turn right into the docks. Here they come. And this, you've got to remember, folks, they have sailed round the world. They haven't just been out to Dover. They left here 11 months ago, full of intrepidation.
And these guys will remember how they felt 11 months ago, going the other way, sailing out of St. Katharine's Dock.
They had some idea, but they had absolutely no idea of all the things that would actually happen. So here we go, as they come into St. Katharine's Docks. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a big round of applause as they come in. Mission Performance. And of course we can hear their theme song, a bit of Queen.
And that's the emotion.
And this has been the song all the way around the world, in and out of all the docks.
Every stopover, you sail in, you sail out, this is the song that plays, this is what really fires you up.
Look at those smiles. Mission Performance, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the last time this crew comes in and docks. Be relief for making it round safe and sound, but also sadness that the race is finishing.
It's a very strange concept. You fall in love with your boat. Your boat keeps you safe, it's your home, it's your vehicle around the world, it's the thing that gives you all of your experiences. So you have a very deep emotional attachment to your boat. And as you said, Mark, this is the last time they're going to dock the boat, they're going to go alongside or pass their lines. and for many of them, they'll be walking away from their boat today. It's a very, very emotional time.
And what a trip Sophie Heatherton has had. You know, she left here 11 months ago, just 18 years old.
I clearly remember interviewing Sophie in a hotel in Leeds. She came down with James, her father. I interviewed them, and at the time you could tell that there was something about Sophie. She had that steely determination.
So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, Mission Performance and Hannah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a monumental moment this is for the crew of Mission Performance as they tie up alongside for the final time. I'm going to see if I can grab a quick word with Sophie on board. Sophie, the youngest woman to ever do this race. She was 17 when she did her training. She's now 18. She's got sunglasses on. I can't tell if she's crying or not. Sophie, how do you feel?
I'm just overwhelmed at the moment. It's been amazing coming in here, and so many people here. It's amazing.
Have you got any friends and family here to greet you in today?
Yeah, I've got my whole family here. I've got some family over there. I've got some friends and family on the spectator boat, so it was lovely seeing them coming in.
40,000 miles around the world at the age of 18. That doesn't happen very often.
No, but it's been an amazing, and we've made it, and I've just loved every minute of it.
Amazing, Sophie. Congratulations. Matt, come here. Well done, buddy. Is it nice to be on nearly dry land?
Absolutely, yes. We've been at sea for the last couple of days, and as you can probably tell, I smell a bit. So.
Oh, you smell lovely.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So what are you looking forward to most? What is on the bucket list? Is it beer? Is it bacon sandwiches? What is it?
I think my mum's here somewhere. I haven't seen her in a year, so.
Mum, are you here somewhere? There's some waving up there. Hello, Mum. Well, you need to go and give her a big hug. This boy's crying. Bless him, he's delighted to be back. Congratulations to you, to Sophie, to all the team on board Mission Performance. Mark, back to you, because we've got 11 more boats to come in.
Well, emotional signs there as Matt, I can hear his voice start to choke up as he has not seen his mother for over a year. So that is fantastic to see since he started the race. And now we see Invest Africa. Look at the speed of this. He's dying to get in.
I think they're excited.
I think they're racing along the Thames, ready for the handbrake turn right. So Invest Africa, a wonderful team. Just very, very quickly, we're going to talk about a tragedy that did happen on the race. In the fact that they were at sea when the great Nelson Mandela passed away.
Absolutely, it was such an emotional moment. They sent a video message back from the boat. You know, the boat were taking the Sapinda Rainbow Programme around the race, raising money for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. So we had a young South African on every leg of the race. So you can only imagine the feelings that were coursing through the boat at that particular time when they heard the very tragic news of Nelson Mandela's passing.
Well, that was a sad time, but happy times here in London today now as Invest Africa start their route down through the dock to come in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Invest Africa. What a classic song.
What keeps the planet spinning? Force from the beginning.
Waving to the crowd as they come in.
On every single boat. Guys stood up on the bow there. Craig, I've seen banners around St. Katharine's dock, friends and family of his that have come down to see him. Helen there at the mast waving. These guys are excited to be back.
Fantastic scenes here. And of course, they got to come in on the first leg down to Cape Town. That must have been an amazing homecoming for them.
Absolutely, and third going into Cape Town, so a podium position racing into their home port. A really strong result going into there. So they've had a first, they've had a third, they've had some really good results. And there's the rest of the Seapinder team. They flew in yesterday. One of the guys, Lazarus, landed this morning from Johannesburg. So these guys have flown in. This will be a surprise to some of the crew who didn't expect to see them today.
Well, what a great welcome, and certainly they brought the weather. Similar day to when they came into Cape Town, bright sunshine. I'll trade Table Mountain for the city of London as a background. And as you say, they'll be looking up and seeing old friends that they haven't seen for quite some months. As they now turn, just very carefully position the boat into the place.
There are banners around St. Katharine's Dock with people's names. You've got flags. You've got people are waving anything they can get their hands on, waving in the air, just so you can spot them. It's quite difficult on the boat. You're looking up, and there are thousands and thousands of people. Trying to spot your friends and family can be tricky.
It looks like they're almost in place. So, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Invest Africa.
More emotional scenes here in the heart of London as Invest Africa come in 11th place. As we've heard the boys talking about, we talked about the Seapinder project, and we have one of the Seapinder sailors on board, Labelang. We're going to see if we can have a chat with her. She's looking very emotional, but she knows there's a big hug from a fellow crew member, and we're going to see if we can have a quick chat with Rich Gould, the skipper, as well. Labelang, an amazing achievement. How does it feel coming here into London? You can stay there. Oh, she's going. You can stay there, love. How does it feel?
It feels very exciting. I'm very excited.
Was it an incredible experience?
It was a very challenging one, but a great experience.
And are we going to see you sailing more?
Maybe during the day, not ocean racing.
No more ocean racing for you. Well, congratulations. You are here in one piece and you're about to be on dry land. Let's see if we can grab a quick chat with Rich. Rich, congratulations. You've done it. Circumnavigation. You're back in London. How does it feel?
It feels like it was only 5 minutes ago since we left, but it's been a massive, epic journey all the way around. And for everyone on board, absolutely fantastic.
Now, you were involved in the race during 2009, 2010, but you've now finally done it. Are we going to see you doing another lap of the planet?
Who knows?
Watch this space. Well, there are plenty of fans here cheering on Invest Africa. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. 11th place for Invest Africa. Mark, back to you.
Well, I love that question. Will you be into the race again? I'm sure. Give them a few weeks and they'll be signing up again. But a team now just coming into the dock. Team Garmin. And of course, Garmin, all the navigational equipment and a lot of the equipment supplied by Garmin.
Absolutely. As with many of our sponsors, they have their name on the side of the boat, but they support all of the boats. Here's their boat song.
Certainly keeping them on the straight and narrow. Navigation, a huge, huge part of this race. As Elvis Presley sees them in.
Yeah, we're talking about life-changing events. I know one particular person on Garmin has just sailed around the world, but has got a life-changing event in a few weeks' time. He's sailing back into London. His fiancée, Claire, is in St. Katharine's Dock somewhere, and they've got to start making some wedding plans. There's Jim at the back of the boat. Big wave, Jim.
Have there been many weddings and marriages through the Clipper?
We've had over 60 weddings now, people who've met on the race. My own wife, Becky, who's back at home with a kid, she circumnavigated in 2005. Yeah, over 60 weddings from people who've met on the race.
Well, that goes to show there's some very happy crews out there as Team Garmin now come in reverse. Fenders at the ready. itching to tie up on the dock. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Team Garmin.
And they've had some amazing results towards the back end of the race. Some podium positions. They've really developed and come on as a team, and had a really strong finish.
So coming to you on the dock, some more amazing and very emotional interviews.
Okay, well, here we are. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. 10th place, Team Garmin coming into the dock. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a big cheer. Skippered by Jan Ridd, who took over halfway through this race as skipper. They're just having a little negotiation as they try to get alongside. When you're at sea for so long, you forget how to park these things. But he's doing a good job at the moment. I said he was doing a great job. So have we got any Team Garmin fans out there in the crowd? We have. A great result in this last leg, coming in 5th position. I believe on board we have a gentleman called Daniel, who I'd like to speak to. He's right there. Now, Daniel, I am led to believe, gave up his job as a doctor in Australia to do this race. And now he finds himself here in London, having finished the race. Daniel, how on earth must it feel to be here in London? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's incredible. It's one amazing adventure. Well, I set my expectations really low, and it's exceeded everything.
And so what now? Have you even thought about that, or are you just enjoying the moment?
Well, I'm homeless, jobless, but I'm very optimistic, just like a lot of my crewmates.
Okay, well, congratulations, Daniel, and congratulations to all the team on Team Garmin. An absolutely awesome achievement. Jan, we're going to have a very quick chat. You took the reins halfway round and you're here. Congratulations. How have the team been?
They've been brilliant. They've had a hard time early on in the race, but they've really got it together. Had some great results.
Well, congratulations. A 5th coming in here into London. You must be very chuffed. Enjoy the moment. You have a lot of fans here in St. Catherine's Dock. That's 10th place Team Garmin. Mark, back to you.
And as PSP come in through the dock now, these guys haven't just been a sponsor of the race and an amazing competitor themselves. PSP Logistics have been responsible for taking the whole race village and all the logistics behind the race, which I can imagine is massive.
It's just huge, you know, without PSP Logistics and their support throughout the whole race, you know, the branding wouldn't have been anywhere, the spares, as I said earlier, we have 2 containers in every stopover. Logistically, it's a huge task. There are 4 containers in total, they leapfrog each other, and you know, that's the Clipper world that arrives in port just before the boats. It's got their spares, it's got all of our kit, so yeah, these guys have been amazing.
And they don't just move Clipper stuff around, they move America's Cup stuff around, they move a lot of other yachts around the world. So if you're thinking of moving your yacht around the world, or anything else come to that, give the guys at PSP a ring. Now, what have their highlights been, David?
Oh, they've got a really competitive boat. Lots of Australians on the boat. Their skipper, Chris from East Coast Australia, there he is on the helm. Lots of Aussies on the boat. Lots of people who'd never sailed before. As Daniel said a few minutes ago, you know, people who give up their jobs. I know there's around the world on that particular boat. Ursula gave up her job. Gave up her home, sailed all the way around the world, and he's now wondering what to do next.
Now, you took a boat down to Australia because there are 67 Australians in this race. And, of course, the Sydney-Hobart race within a race, that was a big thing.
Absolutely. Outside of the UK, the biggest demographic nationally is Australian. So there's a huge group of Brits, but then lots and lots of Australians. You know, Aussies, they're typically competitive. They're very loud, they're very entertaining, so they're great characters on the race. And as you said, the Sydney Hobart was just a stunning addition to this particular race.
Well, I did that race, and I saw 55 knots on my particular deck. I was on another boat, but I know that all the Clipper were right in the eye of the storm there, so they would have seen the Bass Straits at its worst as the team come in. Ladies and gentlemen, PSP Logistics.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are safely alongside. There are tears on board. PSP Logistics, an extraordinary achievement. Well done, guys, for coming in. I'm going to grab a quick chat with Mark because you've had a really tough race, Mark. I know you've been injured and you had to get off and get back on again, but how does it feel? You look like all your limbs are on. You look like you're in one piece. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels fantastic. It's an amazing experience, and yeah, I had to miss a little bit, but that doesn't diminish from the enjoyment and the challenges we went through.
And how are emotions on board? You've been sitting out there for a little while waiting to come in. I can see there are a few tears on board. What are you feeling? What's running through your veins right now?
A lot of excitement. It's fantastic. Everybody's turned out. This is just nuts. I can't believe so many people are here to see us come and finish a little boat race. So, yeah, really good. There's a few people that, very emotional because it's a big achievement for everybody, even those that have not sailed all the way around. It's
a little boat race, it certainly is not. 40,000 miles around the world, and we have another team. I want to have a chat with this lady with the bandana on. Do you think she's going to come and talk to me? She's feeling a lot of emotions right now. Come and have a hug. Come on, my love. Come on. What's your name? Debbie. What is going through your mind right now, very quickly?
I'm so happy to be here. It's just so emotional.
Oh, bless you. Happy to be here because it was awful, or happy to be here because you've achieved the most amazing thing in the world?
Achieved the most amazing thing.
Well, absolutely you have. Congratulations to you and all the team on board PSP Logistics. Mark, back to you.
Even just supported from the dock. I mean, it really is the most amazing experience for literally to walk from the workplace, from the street, and sail around the world.
You ready? Come on.
What embodies the Clipper.
Absolutely, and this is something which surprises the crew. Mark made a great point there. Surprised at all the people that have come out to see them. You expect your friends and family to be there, but you get hundreds of thousands of people turn up at every stopover to cheer you in. And lots of the guys that are crewing on the Clipper race, they don't expect it. This for them is their personal adventure, and they're very often surprised that so many other people are interested in what they're doing.
And of course, Jamaica Get All Right are coming in, and this is a team that has had a fantastic race. I can imagine what it was like to come into the ports in Jamaica and race in that area. I mean, the reception that they would have had. What was that like?
Oh, it's just amazing. They're such a happy boat. You can see Jean there jumping up and down, singing, dancing on the bow.
Come on, folks, give them a cheer. Everyone on the bridge, come on.
And this is the second time that their skipper, Pete Sterling, has skippered the Jamaica boat. In the Clipper 2009-10 race, he was a skipper of the Jamaica boat then. So this is very, very special for him.
Well, I certainly love their choice of team song. It certainly sums Jamaica Get All Right up very well. Looks like a bit of a party boat. What do you think?
I think they've had a good time. I think they've managed to get into the Jamaican spirit as they've gone around the world.
And Pete Sterling, 49 from Britain, probably 50 by now, I think. He would have a lot of birthdays on this race over the 11 months.
Yeah, they organised a surprise for him in Derry Londonderry. He's lots of the crew from Jamaica in 2009-10 flew over to Derry Londonderry to surprise Pete. Now he's not a guy really who likes surprises, so I think it was a bit of a shock as well as surprise. But so he had two Jamaica crews who were celebrating with him.
I love the Jamaican flags on the backstay as they just get their Lines ready for the last time they're going to dock in, and I love the celebrations. People recognizing people in the dock, people who they have no idea they're going to be on the dock.
Absolutely.
When you come in.
There's Jean, who's been a very big character on the race, as you can probably tell.
Do you think she's enjoying it?
I think she might be having a good time today.
Come on, let's party with Jean. Come on, let's. There she is. I think she'll just go home for an early night tonight. What do you think?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You can tell she's a very quiet character.
I mean, I imagine there's been some incredible characters throughout keeping this race really, really partying. And I'm sure that Hannah will be ready to grab possibly Jean, possibly some other people on the dock for a great interview as they come back in. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Jamaica. Get all right.
Jamaica get all right, and these guys are more than all right on board Team Jamaica. There are celebrations going on as they come alongside the pontoon. I want to talk to this gentleman right here in the middle because I saw you having your own little private celebration. Come and speak to me. Oh, he's doing some work. Come on, you finished that. You're here. Mark, is it? Oh, sorry. Richard, my mistake. Sorry, too many names in my head. Richard, this is a big moment for you.
Big's a bit of an understatement, yeah. Well, we left here on September the 1st, and just to come back here is just amazing, mate.
Your expectations, did you ever think it would be this emotional or such an achievement?
If I'd known what it was going to be like, I'd never believed I could have done it. Never could have done this.
Well, now is your moment to believe it because you have done it, Richard. You should be very proud of yourself and very proud of all your team on board. An extraordinary achievement. Where's Pete gone? Pete, we're going to chat with you. He's still at the helm. He can't leave it. You're going to have to pry yourself away at some stage. Hello, my love. What's your name?
Teresia. I'm Teresia Kocka from Hungary.
From Hungary. How does it feel to be back here in London?
It is awesome feeling. I'm so happy. Can't believe.
Very emotional and no surprise. Have you got any family here to see you? They will be so, so proud of you, my love. May I ask how old you are?
I'm over 60, 61. I celebrated my first birthday on the sea. I'm in the second part of my life. So it's great. It's a great feeling.
And friends for life on board?
We have a fantastic team and had a really, really great time. I'm very proud and grateful to have this experience.
Well, for those of you out there that thinking there's no way you could do it because you've retired, because you've celebrated your 60th birthday, this young lady is living proof that that is no excuse. We're going to see if we can grab a quick chat with Pete. He's just got off the boat. Hugs, emotional times. Pete, can I come and just say hello quickly? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You don't look like you've been around the world at all.
Well, we're the laid-back Jamaican boat.
And is it party time now?
Well, now, I think.
What have you got planned?
Well, I think there's going to be a big crew party tonight. People are going to perhaps find a bar or two before that, and it's going to be a lot of fun over this weekend.
Well, congratulations on getting this rabble safely around the world. You deserve all the celebrations that you get. Thank you, Pete. There is champagne flying here. The celebrations have already started. I'm going to get out the way. Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Hannah. And a little bit of respite for the water coming in and out of the dock there, just waiting for the final boats to come in and let some people cross from one side to another. That is emotional scenes there from the dock. But emotional scenes out down in the southern hemisphere and some action from the Sydney to Hobart race.
unbelievable. We've been sort of close on several occasions, and just for various reasons we could never make it happen. But to make it happen here is just unbelievable. Like the Sydney to Hobart race is, you know, one of the most famous races in the world, and yeah, not only to get on the podium, but to get in first is just, yeah, I can't describe it.
Exactly what we needed. Yeah, it should have been the first place, but due to our bowsprit malfunction, we had to settle for second. But it was an incredibly fulfilling race. It really was. It was packed with everything you could have possibly wanted from a Hobart.
Yeah, never been in something like that before, so it was, yeah, mayhem, but in a good way. No damage, you know, everything went well, but it's super exciting, super exciting. I think a once-in-a-lifetime experience like that.
Well, we're going to use this slight tactical pause to rewind the clock a little bit and have a chat with a very important person who I missed. You can see the crowds out here in their thousands here in St Cat's Dock. We're right in the heart of London celebrating this momentous occasion. But I'm delighted to say I'm joined here by Chris Hollis from Australia, skipper of PSP Logistics. Chris, you started off awesomely. You won the first leg. Here you are 11 months later, 40,000 miles under your belt. How does it feel?
That's a pretty long way.
It really is.
Yeah. No, feel pretty good to be here, actually. The emotion at the start of the race, and this has just beaten that, I think, coming back here and tying the knot. And I've got a wonderful crew, and we hit a couple milestones along the way, and we had a great time. There was a few, you know, dicey moments between us, but that's what happens when you get 20 people on a small boat. But we sorted it all out, and we had a good time.
And an amazing journey for this, Pete. I mean, I can see one gentleman coming up your companionway right now with a bottle of champagne and the biggest smile on his face. It's been an extraordinary journey for them as well.
You know, absolutely. You know, some people came here with, you know, fear of the sea, never sailed before, and they've done around the world, and the achievement for them is huge. And I thank them for being with me when we did it together.
Okay, well, congratulations, Chris. Congratulations to all the team on PSP Logistics once again. A great achievement. Enjoy your champagne, young man. It is very well deserved. We've got more action out on the water. We've only got a few boats in, and there are plenty more to come. Mark, what's going on?
Well, Hannah, while we wait for Ching to get ready to come in and the bridge to open again, we're just going to reflect back onto that video that we saw from the Southern Ocean and moving down as the boats left Sydney down to Hobart. And that was a race within a race, David. The Sydney-Hobart, an iconic race. And, of course, it goes through the Bass Straits, which is a piece of water that seems to funnel the energy of the ocean and the wind and can cause some quite hairy conditions.
Absolutely. You know, it's something that I think the crew were looking forward to immensely because it is such a big race. There was trepidation because you know, they'd heard stories about what the Bass Straits can throw at you. By then, for most of these guys, especially the round-the-worlders, you know, they'd been through the Southern Ocean. They'd seen some really big conditions. So it would have been more exciting for the leggers, for the people, you know, who'd flown out to Australia to do leg 4. For them, they would have been a little bit more nervous because they maybe hadn't been in similar conditions before. So you've got those mixed emotions on the boat. You've got some people who are very kind of comforting. They're like your big brother going to look after you. And then other people who are bringing very new, nervous and raw energy to the boat. But the Sydney Hobart was absolutely a big highlight. Talk to any of the crews that took part in that race. They'll for years they'll talk about sailing out of Sydney, being surrounded by hundreds of boats, live TV crews. You know, they're live on TV on Boxing Day.
Well, Sydney is an incredible harbour. I was lucky enough to race there in 2000 in the Olympics, and I've done a few Sydney Hobarts. And to actually leave the harbour with hundreds of boats on Boxing Day of all times, you hardly get Christmas out of the way and you're starting. And there's so many spectators, and they line the cliffs and the sides and the beaches. And of course, you get spat out of the Sydney Heads and out into the ocean, and you know that you're heading towards the Bass Straits. And there, the waves get pretty steep and pretty tall. But just briefly, just explain some of the training that goes through for these crews to actually enable them to do that, step on a boat and walk into the Bass Straits.
Yes, 40% of the crew had never sailed before they start the race at all. So, they're coming as complete novices. Some crew have done some sailing, we have dinghy sailors, but a huge proportion have never set foot on a yacht before. So the training has got to be very comprehensive, the training is very practical. They live on the boats from day one, they're at sea. They're doing all of the things during training they're going to do on the race. And if you train on the south coast of England, you get some pretty tasty weather.
Absolutely. And just as I'm going to do a little bit of shepherding here, like a press gang, I think we should send some people down, and you're immediately signed up to the Clipper if you're stood on the bridge still, because we need to move the people off the bridge to be able to open the bridge and let Qingdao come in, because they are dying to come in and see their fans. So if we can move and clear that bridge as soon as we can get it open and see Qingdao. So that's an idea of exactly how the training happens and how Clipper prepares to safely take these crews on the water. And of course, you're not going to sail around the world, do all those miles for that much time and not have incidences. And we did have incidences. There were people injured.
Yep.
There was equipment broken, and it was all trained for and expected.
Absolutely. There's the old adage with our training team is you train hard and then you race easy. If you prepare, you do all the right things. If something goes wrong on the boat, you know how to deal with it.
Well, Hannah, we're just still waiting for the bridge to come up, but I believe you have someone on the dock to talk to us.
Yes, that's right, Mark, I do. I've got my little flag. I'm joining in the celebrations because the atmosphere is building more and more down here on the docks. People have come from far and wide to celebrate, but somebody that is celebrating in a slightly unusual way is Alex, who is celebrating with a massive packet of crisps. Alex, is that what you've missed most at sea?
Absolutely, crisps and pizzas.
Pizzas. Well, watch out, all those pizzerias around here. You're going to be hit. You joined and took part from New York back to here, the final leg. How does it feel to arrive here under sunny skies in front of all these thousands of people?
Absolutely amazing, incredible, overwhelming, and just for the sun to come out this morning, we woke up and it was cloudy and we were like, not sure about the weather. But the weather's come out and it's absolutely amazing, and thank you to everyone for supporting us. It's really, really incredible.
Now, I must just add that when you say woke up, that's about the only time you've had a full night's sleep since you left New York, I'm sure. You finished at what time last night?
Well, we actually didn't have a full night's sleep. We did a watch of 2 hours. Well, we just kept an eye where we were moving around slowly. So I got about 4 hours and then in about another 1.5 hours. But generally speaking, during the night we worked 4 on, 4 off. So we had about 4 hours sleep. Usually about 3.5 because you needed to get dressed as well.
Well, I can't imagine you'll be getting much sleep tonight because the celebrations here in the heart of London are going to go on well into the night. The bridge is up, the next boat is on its way. Back to you.
So look at this team. They are patiently waiting, arms crossed, waiting to come in and see their friends and family. So we have the Qingdao fantastic logo down the side of the boat there as the bridge slowly opens, and the crowd's waiting patiently, ready to cheer them in. So of course the weather, we talked about the weather there and what lovely conditions we've got today, similar to the start. And we've had quite a lot of weather throughout the way. In Qingdao we had thick fog.
Yeah, it's renowned for being one of the most testing parts of the race, sailing into China at the end of leg 5. You can get 60-mile-an-hour headwinds. We've had snow. I think the race in 2007, the boats crossed the start line, then the wind died. The boats had to anchor so they didn't drift backwards over the start line, and then it snowed, so they spent their time trying to sweep the snow off the deck so they could start racing again. The weather is always very testing in Qingdao, but it's one of the warmest welcomes on the race. It's one of the stopovers the crew really, really look forward to. You know, you have 100,000 people come out to cheer the boats in. They'll ask for your autograph, take your picture. The crew feel very, very special arriving into China.
So one of the coldest places, but one of the warmest arrivals.
Absolutely.
Bridge is almost up there. And of course, Qingdao, the home of the 2008 Olympics. And really the sailing capital of China.
Yeah, they've been involved in the Clipper race now since 2005, and the reason they wanted the Clipper race to come to Qingdao was really initially to test their logistics ready for the Olympics. They needed a huge event to make sure they could handle the Olympics, and they were so impressed with the crew and the organisation and the Clipper race as a whole that they've been involved and been sponsoring boats since 2005. So right through to 2015, so Qingdao will be on the next race. The race will be going there. They've been a very passionate supporter of Clipper for many years now.
Well, that's a great accolade to both Clipper and the logistics of Qingdao. And that looks like a right-hand turn as they now start to make their run-up.
Absolutely.
To come in.
Here they come. And of course, we've got the first ever Chinese female circumnavigator, Vicky Song, who is making history today.
I mean, real history, real history. Just imagine you are the first woman to sail around the world from China. I mean, that is incredible. Circumnavigation around the world. As the bow just enters the dock now as they come in through the canal. So let's have our first round of applause for Qingdao. All these songs are fantastic. They really do get the cruise going. Beautiful, beautiful pictures here.
It's one of the biggest debates the crew have before the race starts, and heated discussions about what their boat song is going to be.
And of course, the democracy throughout.
Absolutely. And at the time, it's points what your boat song will be. But you know, you ask these guys now, they hear this song, and you know, this is the moment they get fired up. The emotion just courses through their veins.
Well, the words, it's going to get stronger, it's going to get louder. Let's hear the crowd roar for Qingdao. And I can hear the clappers. I mean, I know that when the teams come into Qingdao, the drums in Qingdao play a massive, massive part of the welcoming in. What was that like?
Oh, it's an amazing welcome. You have a ticker tape parade, you've got drummers, you've got lion dancers, crowds lining the marina, just a huge, huge welcome. And of course, for the skipper of Qingdao, this is his, for Gareth, this is his second circumnavigation. So he sailed into Qingdao on New York Clipper. And now he's been around the world twice. And if you imagine the job that these guys have got, the skippers on the boats, the pressure of not only racing, but giving the crew the experience that they want, keeping them safe, getting them around the world, but giving them the experience that they're looking for. The pressures on the skippers, it's the toughest job I've ever encountered.
That's Gareth Glover from Britain. Yes, it must be an amazing, amazing role to play, both to skipper the boat and to look after and teach and train and really bring these teams together to a performing point where they can start really racing and not just sailing around.
That's it. You know, it's not sailing around the world. This is racing around the world. So 24/7, you're pushing the boat as hard as you can. As Alex on Jamaica mentioned a few moments ago, you've got your watch system at night. You know, these boats don't anchor. The guys don't go to bed at night. They're racing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for anything up to probably 35 days. Physically and mentally, it's just a shattering experience.
It looks like they want to go round again.
I think they're heading back out. They're enjoying the accolades.
Well, it's not easy to park these big boats, and these boats are made for high speeds and rocketing down big Southern Ocean waves. So in these small, confined spaces, it's not easy at all. But now just coming in for another go. The last thing they want to do is prang the boat on the last few minutes on board. They have the fenders ready. Let's have a wave from the VIP tent there. Come on. There we go. I think the party's already started. It is such a celebration. You know, all boats home safe and sound, and, you know, starting to look towards the next race. The success of this one will really roll into the next race.
Absolutely. You know, to win a race, you've first got to finish a race. So safety is absolutely paramount. It's the first thing we teach people. So Robin, our chairman, who set up Clipper Ventures, it's the message that he puts across to crew in every stopover: be safe. If you're not safe, you can't win. And everybody wants to win. You know, looking after the boat and looking after each other is vital. Hannah mentioned a few moments ago as well, you know, parking the boat is a job you don't do very often. So this is a nerve-wracking time. You know, the crews are very happy surfing down 80-foot waves in the Southern Ocean, but the pressure of parking the boat, not bumping into the pontoon as they come in, is you know, weighs very heavily on them.
So on the dock, and I'm sure giving them points out of 10. Over to you, Hannah, for Qingdao.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, onto the dock right now, safe and sound. It is Qingdao. Not only have they all set their own amazing records of achievement, but we have one extraordinary world record here right now. We do have the first female Chinese sailor to sail around the world, circumnavigate the world. Vicky Song, congratulations. Come and have a chat. How does it feel to be the first Chinese female sailor to sail around the world?
Thank you. It feels really, really great, and it really feels like achieved something. I'm really proud of it, and I'm really proud of Qingdao, my hometown as well. So.
Well, I was in Qingdao just a few weeks ago, and they love sailing out there. This is going to be an amazing thing for Qingdao. It's going to really, really help their sailing. Do you think we'll see lots more female Chinese sailors doing a circumnavigation?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the city loves sailing, and the people there are very, very welcome. After the 2008 Olympic, the city trying to build as a sailing city, and we do love it. And we hope we can bring more and more Chinese people into sailing.
Well, Vicky, thank you. The media here is insane. I have very wet feet as the pontoon sinks. So, Mark, we're going to head back to you for the next boat.
Thank you, Hannah. They cannot wait to get in and start the party. Old Pulteney coming through the dock now. Big round of applause for Old Pulteney. Song talks about a few broken hearts. I wonder how many broken hearts this lot's left on the dock.
I think there'll be some broken hearts tonight as they step off their boat for the final time. There'll be some definitely be some broken hearts. These guys are another team that have had a very, very strong finish to the race. Some great podium positions in the last few races. Their skipper Patrick from Holland is just been such a great teacher. Got the crew, got these guys to a place where again he can step back and he can let them sail the boat. A great mix of crew on there, obviously supporting an amazing Scottish brand, Old Pulteney, but an international crew supporting a fantastic Scottish brand.
And obviously they've been drinking responsibly all around the world.
I think we've said a few times now, all of the sponsors bring something slightly different. We've got PSP help us move our logistics around the world. We've got Garmin who look after the navigation. Old Pulteney have definitely helped with the team building and the social aspects of sailing around the world.
Well, I'm sure Old Pulteney would have been certainly oiling the cogs of the stopovers very well. So a great sponsor and a great team as they come in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have another round of applause for Old Pulteney. I'm sure. I'm just doing that a little earlier just because I know that the pipers are going to start up very soon to pipe their team in onto the dock. And over to you, Hannah.
Okay, thanks very much, Mark. Well, here we go. Old Pulteney coming in 6th place with 104 points. The bagpipes are playing. There's certainly no champagne on board Old Pulteney. It is big bottles of whiskey at the ready. Big smiles and big cheers from the crew of Old Pulteney. A fantastic achievement, guys. 6th place, 40,000 miles, 11 months. Congratulations. Who wants to come and talk to me and tell them how they're feeling right now? None of them. They're waving. They're looking for their family. No. They're going to talk to this gentleman here. Hello. What's your name?
I'm Chris Carnell.
Chris Carnell. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
When did you join the crew?
I joined in New York City.
So you've done the final leg. How does it feel to be here in London?
It's great to be back. I grew up here as a child, so it's fantastic to be back.
And what a wonderful experience.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. I'm looking forward to seeing my wife. She's around here someplace. Hello, Raquel. I'm here for you, girl.
Okay, Raquel, you're going to get a big hug in a minute. We're going to see if we can grab a quick chat with Patrick. Patrick is still telling people what to do. Good work, my friend. Congratulations, you made it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was wonderful. Thank you.
Wonderful. How wonderful.
A super experience. Amazing.
And you're based in Portugal, but you're a Dutch sailor, and you're here in London. How confusing does that get? You must be very proud of them.
Yeah, it's beautiful to be here. It's wonderful. Left here 1st of September. So it's a super duper crowd.
Congratulations. Back to you.
Thank you, Hannah. Just showing how international we are here with us, with a Dutch guy who lives in Portugal, and we now have Switzerland coming in. A big round of applause for Switzerland. And the guys up on the spreaders, getting a bird's eye view from up top. A good feeling indeed. As Switzerland come into the dock here, let's have a big round of applause for Switzerland. Now, David, we have Vicky Ellis on board, the wonderful female skipper that has brought these guys around safely. Tell us a little bit about Vicky.
Vicky's had a fantastic race. She was, talking earlier about the Sydney-Hobart race, Vicky was the first female skipper to finish the Sydney-Hobart this year. So I had a special presentation for that. Led her team very, very safely around the world. She's only our 3rd ever female skipper. 2002 we had Sam Fuller. 2007 we had Hannah Jenner, and now Vicky. Yeah, Vicky's had a great race. And you know, a very, very happy crew. You can see as they're docking there, they've got a very, very excited crew. They've had, they've been like this all the way around the world. Very, very tight, very, very close-knit team. And just manoeuvring now to try and shuffle forward, get their stern in, and then and reverse in. They're very, very tight pontoons that they're berthing in here in St. Katharine's Dock.
It's great, the guys up on the spreaders there getting a bird's eye view. And of course, Switzerland, even though it's a landlocked nation, it's famous for its America's Cup victories.
Absolutely, you know, some of their single-handed sailors, guys like Bernhard Stamm, an amazing single-handed pedigree, America's Cup. So there's the sailing tradition in Switzerland, as you said, for a landlocked country is fantastic. There's a little bit of old Pulteney being sampled by the guys on the boat.
I hope they share.
Always. They're a very generous crew.
So now Switzerland just getting their bow around, a little bit of help there. Such emotional times now. I'm sure that all the other crews now are connecting with their relatives and their friends and their family. And Hannah, just tell us what it's like on the dock now.
It It is absolutely insane down here, Mark. We have so many people that are out to greet their loved ones. We have fans of sailing, people from all over the world coming down here. When we greeted Ching in, the pontoon actually sunk. There were so many people on it. So it's an incredible atmosphere. There are so many fans here for Switzerland as they come into the dock waving their flags. They have T-shirts, they have everything. And rightly so, because on board as skipper is 30-year-old Vicky Ellis, the only female skipper in this race. An awesome achievement. And we're going to see if we can grab a quick chat with Malcolm. Hello, Malcolm. Are you Malcolm? Are you Malcolm? Who's Malcolm? Who's Malcolm? Are you Malcolm? Malcolm, you've got a partner. Look at that. You have a huge fan club. How does it feel? Congratulations.
It's wonderful to see them all after so long. Yeah, I've got so many great family and friends. It's just wonderful.
Have you done the whole thing?
I've just done 7 and 8, so I've come from San Francisco.
It's quite a long way away, so you've done well to get here. I hope you've had a shave in between San Francisco, otherwise that's not much growth.
No, I tried my best anyway.
And what was the highlight for you?
I just think looking at the size of the oceans and that the wind just took us 10,000 miles, that was wonderful.
Okay, well, congratulations to you. Congratulations to your fan club. Vicky, 30 years old. You've sailed 31. Happy birthday. You've sailed 40,000 miles around. You've looked after this rabble. How does it feel coming back into London? You must be so proud of yourself.
I'm over the moon, but I'm so proud of my crew. They are fantastic. They're the best. And I said they were going to be the best back at crew allocation, and they are. I wouldn't have done it without them. It's been amazing.
Well, it's certainly the best crew. They've certainly got the best fan club here. Look at them all. You cannot miss them. What's next for you, Vicky? Have you even thought that far ahead?
I haven't. It's been an amazing whirlwind year, but whatever I do next, boy, it's going to have to live up to something pretty big.
Favourite leg?
I love the Southern Ocean. I love the Southern Ocean, so yeah.
Okay, watch out, guys. We've got a roller coaster ride. The girl that loves the Southern Ocean, Vicky, the skipper of Switzerland. Amazing scenes down here on the dock. Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Hannah. And another really big round of applause for Vicky Ellis and her crew on Switzerland. And as our images now go out to the River Thames and Derry Londonderry Dora, who are waiting patiently. I believe the dock gate has closed again, just to stop some of that, but they're going to be opening again. And some great aerial shots, looking down at the boats waiting. And of course, Derry Londonderry had their own stopover and a great homecoming for that particular boat.
Over second place. I think we were 100 miles ahead of second place at one point, and I didn't really feel much pressure until that point, and I think throwing that away and coming in anything other than first would have been sort of inexcusable. So thankfully we managed to pull it off. Seeing friends, family waving, the support has just been absolutely phenomenal, all the way along the banks of the Foyle here. But yeah, just can't describe it.
Means so much. Yeah, it really does. Sir?
Oh, the last couple of days were hell. We all did really well to catch up with Derry. We actually took the lead from them for a while. They took some very brave decisions. I take my hat off to Sean. He must have really been worrying when he was doing that last drive to go north to get into fresher wind, and we took 15 miles out of him in one schedule. And then we were chasing for the finish, and of course all the boats behind us had a stronger wind, and we could just see our lead disappearing. We were just waiting for it to be over. It was just too much tension.
Now, I'm delighted to say I'm joined here by the Mayor of Derry, getting ready to greet her team, and she's even dyed her hair team colours. Now, that is commitment to the cause. This must be a big moment for you and the city.
It's a huge moment for Derry and for all the citizens of the city. For Sean and the crew, my God, what an amazing job they've done. It's all part of the new story we're telling about Derry, Londonderry, Dura, and we are so proud of them today. So proud.
And wonderful, here they come, coming down the lock. Fantastic scenes. You've got loads of fans here supporting them. Congratulations to you, to the city, and to the team, because here come Derry in 4th place, Mark.
Well, this is a team that is, I know, going to get the most amazing welcome as they hit the dock. Not only from the mayor, but from everyone here as you come through the canal here. Let's hear it for Londonderry Dora. And of course they had an incredible homecoming into their port, and Derry Londonderry Dora, are they coming in again for the next race?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been you know, such a successful stopover for the city, but for Clipper, for the crew. I was telling this story yesterday, so lots of crew fly out to Derry Londonderry to come and join in the celebrations. We had crew over there who did the race in 2009, and the 2009 race didn't even go to Derry. But its reputation, the warmth of its welcome, the hospitality of the people, that story has spread across Clipper races. And people fly there now just to go and see that welcome for themselves. You know, the Clipper race is a family. You've got the crew, but you've also got the other great characters that you meet on the race. And Brenda, the mayor of Derry Londonderry Dura, there has just been such a great character. She was there to meet every single boat coming in as they arrived into the city.
Day and night.
Day and night, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the morning. She was there to be the first person to welcome them into her city.
And it's a great city. It's a city of regeneration. There's a lot going on, and I urge you to travel and go and see some of these incredible ports. Certainly Londonderry, Derry.
It's a really beautiful place. You know, the River Foyle right through the heart of the city, and the Peace Bridge now joins both sides of the River Foyle. They're permanent pontoons, which are a legacy from the Clipper race, and now a very active part of the river. And so where the river used to divide the city, the river is now very much the heart of the city.
So I know that any second this is just going to kick off. These guys just coming in. Look at the smiles on the dock. Absolutely fantastic. Thumbs up for the crew. The end of 11 months racing.
I think you can tell they've been a very happy boat, a very sociable boat. They've raced very hard. They've partied hard. They've had some very big adventures, but I think winning into their home port is absolutely going to be their highlight.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together for Derry Londonderry Dora.
Huge celebrations down here on the dock. Purple shirts are waving like crazy. There are plenty of smiles on board. An amazing achievement for this team as they come in to continue the celebrations here in 4th place for Derry. An amazing moment for the city, for the crew, for the friends, the family. We're going to see if we can talk to Andrew. Andrew, I really wanted to talk to you because you have been through more than most in this race. Cast your mind back to a couple of months ago when you very scarily went over the side. And how much does it mean to you to be back here in one piece celebrating with your crew in London?
It means most to be back here with all of the crew. And you say I've been through a lot. The crew have been through a lot. We've been through a lot together. It's not about me. It's about the whole crew, the skipper, and everyone involved in the team. It's pretty amazing to be back here in London. My daughter Siobhan over here. I'm going to see her for the first time for over a year. In a few minutes, hopefully, and love you.
Well, Andrew, you very much deserve to go to Siobhan. Congratulations. Congratulations to the whole team. Let's see if we can grab the skipper, Connor, very quickly. Oh, sorry. Connor, very quickly. Go and have a quick chat. Both of you. Both of you. Sean, skipper, this is a big moment for you and the team. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels fantastic. Can't believe we're finally here. Seems in some ways that we haven't left, but I mean, the journey we've had in between, yeah, indescribable.
And Connor, big moment for you too. What's going through your head right now?
It's just fantastic to see my family, friends, fiance here. Just amazing. Just coming up to town, see the supporter boats, everyone. Just like when we came in here 11 months ago and when we left. Fantastic crowd, great to be here.
Amazing. Well, congratulations. Continue the celebration. Mark, we have another boat in St. Cat's. Over to you.
We certainly do, Hannah. One DLL just coming in now. And we can see them just coming in, just slowly turning and getting into the slot now. Ollie Cottrell from Britain has skippered that boat. And it's been interesting.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been an epic adventure. It's done amazingly well, and they've been rewarded with a podium. So congrats to my team.
That was very close. I nearly went in then. This is surely going to change your life forever, as well as the lives of those on board. What was the highlight for you?
The highlight was definitely, well, one of the many highlights was definitely race start in South Africa, where we popped a kite, led the fleet out, and it was a great metaphor for how far the crew had come.
Okay. Amazing stuff. Congratulations to you and the team. We'll get to see if we can have a quick chat with anyone else. Let's see what we've got going on here. They're all very shy. Come on, you lot. Come over here. I want to hear from one of you ladies. Adam, quickly, before we talk to the rest of your team, when did you join the boat?
I did join the boat in New York.
In New York, so you've done the final leg. Was it an incredible experience?
It was a very incredible experience, especially the last race was very close. And we are happy that we won it.
Absolutely, and it was very close, very down the wire, but incredible. I want to have a quick chat with one of the ladies on board. Come on, one of you, come on. How does it feel being here in front of all these thousands of people?
Oh, it's absolutely incredible to be back. I mean, we've made it around the world. It's been 11 months since we left St. Katharine's docks, and it's just an incredible feeling right now.
Okay, well, congratulations. We've got second place boat coming in now. Mark, back to you.
And of course, second place goes to Great Britain. And I see the Union Jacks aligning the canal as they come into the dock. And of course, it is so important for these teams and their sponsors to fly the flag for their yachts. And of course, Great Britain has been flying the flag not just for British sailing, but for British investment, for trade and investment and British skills. And with a wonderful Union Jack logo on the front of Great Britain as they come into the dock.
It's such a striking brand down the side of the boat. They've had an enormously competitive crew, lots and lots of wins. You look at all the pennants they're flying off the boat. They've been hugely competitive, great team spirit, and just working really, really hard for each other.
So come on, Great Britain, support your team. This is Great Britain. And a fantastic podium place, second in the race. And for this yacht and their team, Simon Talbot, 45 from Britain. What does this mean for them to come back to the River Thames, back to London, where they started 11 months ago?
This means the world to them. You know, they're another boat which has just won into its home port. They've won the race from Holland back to London. So for the second time on this race, only the fourth time in Clipper history, but the second time on this race, we've had a boat winning into its home port. They've pushed really, really hard. We mentioned one DLL who came third. They were still racing for third place after 40,000 miles of racing between Derry Londonderry and one DLL racing for third place. So it's been just the most competitive racing you could imagine.
And we've had some really, really close finishes. After thousands of miles, boats have finished seconds apart.
Into Rio, 19 seconds after more than 5,000 miles of ocean racing. It doesn't get any tighter than that.
19 seconds, so Great Britain coming into the dock, and over to you, Hannah.
Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, in second place, coming in here to a rapturous applause from the crowd. Give them a cheer, ladies and gentlemen. It is Great Britain. A fantastic boat, a great result. They've had a ding-dong all the way around the world with Henry Lloyd, and here they are coming in second place with the banner emblazoned on their boom. Adventure is great, it certainly is. And these guys supported by fantastic British companies, supporting the team and flying the flag for Great Britain. It's fantastic to see them here, supported by so many brilliant companies. Just having a couple of maneuvers here to get into the dock. Big boats to maneuver into these small parking spaces. We're going to see if we can have a chat with Ollie, who is standing on the boom, waving his hands. This is the ex-England Rugby Sevens captain, who is now turned sailor. Be careful as you get down, please. We don't want any injuries right now. Awesome, flying the flag on the side, Warranty Direct, Grange Hotels, Arm, and of course Land Rover representing Great Britain. Ollie, how does it feel to be back here in London?
Incredible feeling. This is an unbelievable crowd. Thank you so much. My family are everywhere. Such a great reception. It's been 10, 11 long months, but it feels incredible to be here. Thank you ever so much.
And one thing I want to know, you're used to getting pretty beaten up on the rugby pitch. Is it anything compared to sailing around the world?
No, it's pretty tough out there. Although sporting this dodgy beard, I think I might get just as big a beating when I return to the field. But no, this is a fantastic race. Thank you ever so much for everything. You've organised a fantastic reception for one and all, and now we're going to have some fun.
Okay, Ollie, congratulations. We're going to see if we can grab Simon as well, this skipper. And we get a second. Simon, well done. You got this wrap around the world safely. You got a big smile on your face. How does it feel to come in second place?
It doesn't come better. It's for me, London boy, British team. For me, being a London boy, coming into London, second place overall, first in the London race, it really does not get better. Thank you all for such an absolutely fantastic welcome. And 3 cheers for Great Britain. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Thank you all.
Well, we've got the flares going on the back of the yacht coming through, because it's no surprise. We don't have any more yachts waiting out in the Thames. This is number 1, the winner of the Clipper Round the World yacht race, Henry Lloyd, coming into the dock now. Henry Lloyd. David, we have a winner.
Absolutely, you know, these guys have been consistent for the...
Henry Lloyd for winning this race.
Yeah, you know, when you're out racing, it's hugely competitive. All of the boats want to win. As soon as you're back alongside, it's one big Clipper family. They support each other, they party together, they work together, and, you know, people are gracious when they win, they're gracious when they lose, and they cheer every other boat in. Every stopover around the world, as the boats arrive, the crews are there to cheer them in.
Now we're just going to finish our commentary from the dock here, and we're going to pass over to Hannah. But ladies and gentlemen, Henry Lloyd.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are coming in the 2013-2014 edition of the Clipper Round the World race. They have sailed an extraordinary 40,000 miles over the last 11 months. They have visited 6 continents. They've taken part in 16 races, and here they come. Slowly, they're making us wait for it. Slowly but surely, with their proud sponsor, Mr. Strzelecki, on the dock from Henry Lloyd, with his phone out, taking photos, proud of his team. Skippered by Eric Holden, the 33-year-old Canadian. I want to hear, when they hit the dock, I'll give you a countdown, a huge cheer from the very heart of the City of London. I want you to give them a very best welcome that you can. This is an extraordinary moment. This is an extraordinary moment. This is an extraordinary moment for this team. This is an extraordinary moment for this team, for the boat, for the skipper, for everybody on board. But they are definitely making us wait for it. The tension is building. The thousands of people here in St. Katharine's Dock are waiting with bated breaths. We've seen 11 of the 12 teams come in, and there is one more team to come in, flying the flag for Henry Lloyd, the yellow and black boat. They've had an extraordinary race around the world. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head how many legs they have won. It's certainly about 5 or 6, I think. A great achievement as they come here into the dock. We're going to see if we can walk down and talk to somebody down here while we're waiting for them to come in. Who have we got as we come down here? Going to see if we can have a quick chat with Paul Strzelecki from Henry Lloyd. This is a big, big moment for you, isn't it? You must be very proud of the team.
It's fantastic, and for Martin, my brother, and myself to be here when we think of how the company started and Dad looking after Sir Robin when he started. Fantastic, and great credit to Eric and all the team.
Okay, well, congratulations to you and all of the team at Henry Lloyd, because, ladies and gentlemen, in first place with 166.9 points as winners of the 2013-2014 Clipper Around the World race after 14,000 miles. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, the winners, Henry Lloyd. Huge celebrations from around the race village. We're going to see if we can have a quick chat with Eric, who has successfully navigated and steered this boat and skippered this boat around the world. Eric, come here. Winner of the Clipper Around the World race. A big, big moment in your life.
Yeah, I couldn't be more thrilled with the arrival here, and with just so proud of the team. They've been amazing all the way around the world. Big thank you for the whole team for all your big effort, and for all the supporters coming out today. Really couldn't be happier. Thank you very much.
Eric, congratulations. Congratulations to all the team. I love your gold shorts. They are amazing. How was it?
It was amazing. It was probably the best experience I've had in my life so far. Yeah, I couldn't ask for more, and this has been an amazing welcome.
Well, there you go. Coming into London, the most amazing experience of her life. It really is. The thousands of people here gathered on the dock to not just welcome in the winners, Henry Lloyd, but all 12 boats who have successfully completed their circumnavigation around the world. Congratulations to them all. Mark, extraordinary scenes here. The emotions are absolutely running thick and fast.
Well, it is absolutely amazing. All the boats now lined up in a row, all safe and sound, and that for me is the best thing about today. These boats have come and raced so far for so long, 11 months racing, and all safe and sound. All the training, all the preparation, all the spares that the boats have carried, it's all been worthwhile, and the plan has worked. It really has. So well done, and congratulations, Clipper. Now, we are very honoured to hear from a great sailor and yachtsman himself and winner of the America's Cup last summer, Sir Ben Ainslie.
Hi, I just want to send a message to Eric and all of the team on Henry Lloyd in the Clipper Around the World race, just to say what a fantastic effort you guys have put in. Really very proud of you all, as we all are in the Henry Lloyd family. So congratulations on a fantastic achievement, and look forward to catching up soon. Thank you.
Well, great words there from Sir Ben Ainslie himself, with a mission in front of him to put his own team and take on the America's Cup for the first time in our history. But here, for the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race, today in beautiful sunshine, the crowds have turned out in their force, and really fantastic to see the race safe and sound and home back in the dock. So many smiles. So there's the sponsors coming on board from Henry Lloyd. Congratulations all round. And of course the support staff has come to know the crews. They've really been the backbone of this race. And I'd like everyone to put their hands together and congratulate and thank the support staff, because without this amazing support that the staff bring and the Clipper Ocean race put together, this race would not happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, the support staff. Really appreciative from all of the crews, I know, keeping them safe and sound, keeping them running. And now it's time for a few crew pictures, I know. I know that Hannah's racing around looking for some more people to interview and bring you some crew reaction from the dock. So there's some incredible statistics that we can delve into in this race. The one I love was and we're going to come over to the prize ceremony itself now, and Jonathan on the dock.
Okay, here we are alongside 1DLL on the deck of Great Britain, and now race director Justin Taylor is about to present the race 16 pennants for third place to Ollie Cottrell and the team of 1DLL. No, wrong. Turn it round, turn it round, turn it round. No. Thankfully, they can get the flag ready. He's going to spray his team now in well-timed tradition. Well done, 1DLL. Fourth stiff competition from Derry Londonderry Dora to hold on to third place pennant. We'll be coming back to you in a moment with Henry Lloyd, who took second place in this. Back to you in a minute. Right, here we are. We're in front now of Henry Lloyd, 50 years of pioneering spirit. They've been leading, collecting lots of yellow pennants. But in this race, they were pipped at the post by Great Britain into their home port. But now it's time to present the second place pennant to Henry Lloyd. And Justin Taylor is doing that, ready to do that now in true style. Just getting together there. Okay, Justin, go away. And everybody got a little taste of that one, I think. Henry Lloyd, 50 years of pioneering spirit, taking second in race 16. In a few moments, we'll come back and we'll try and get off the Great Britain here and see their pennant presentation before they take for the stage for the main prize giving. Back to you in a minute.
Well, it's great celebrations. It's kicking off on the dock. The champagne is flowing, as it will do all evening, I'm sure. There's Henry Lloyd just taking their accolade for this leg. There's some great statistics. These guys use 1,000 wet wipes a week, and of course all disposed and brought back to the docks. Nothing is thrown over the side. So we're just getting ready to go to Great Britain now, because they won this last race into London. Getting all the crew. They've been so disciplined up to now, and now they just, all they want to do is meet their friends and talk and catch up and see their friends and family. So great scenes here, and this is just the springboks for the next race. Of course, starting, they've already got something like 70% signed up. So if you want to get involved, go and see the guys in the tent, get yourself an application form, and you too could be returning home after sailing around the world. So now this is back to Great Britain.
Okay, here we are, side Britain, ready to present them with winning pennants into their home port of London. So it's Great Britain taking the #1 pennant, presenting now Justin Taylor, race director, and the whole team. Well sprayed, well sprayed. So they'll try and gather themselves together here before the main. And I believe across at the prize-winning pontoon, we'll be crossing to Hannah, who's with Sir Robin Johnston.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Well, I'm here with the man himself, Sir Robin Knox-Johnston, the first man to circumnavigate the globe solo, non-stop, and the creator, godfather, call it what you will, of the Clipper round the world race. So Robin, you've got all 12 boats back here safely. A big weight off your mind, a big relief?
Well, I think the biggest relief is with my partner in the business, William Ward. He's just been checking up. We've got 12 of them still.
Are you doing a little head count just to make sure you've got everyone?
Just to satisfy the auditors, yes.
But in all seriousness, over the start of the Clip Around the World race, which was some 20 years ago, you've introduced over 4,000 people to sailing. You must be very proud of that.
Actually, I think we're immensely proud of it because it's people from all sorts of backgrounds. We had taxi drivers, truck driver for Tesco's, nurses, doctors, a couple of millionaires. It's just been a complete cross-section of society. They get on the boat, of course, they're all equal. They've all got to rely on each other, trust each other, and it does change them. People do come back very different to the way they left.
And as a man that's done a couple of the laps of the globe yourself, you know exactly what it feels like to come back here onto a pontoon to all of these thousands of people waving and cheering from you. What do you think is going through the minds of these crew members right now?
Well, I hope what's going through their minds is tremendous satisfaction with what they've achieved. And I think it's marvellous that so many people have come out to recognise that today, because they have achieved something very special. Far more people have climbed Mount Everest than have sailed around the world. So these people are special.
Absolutely they are. And it's lovely to have the race finishing here in London. We're not known for our vast quantities of sailing fans, but we're a true sailing nation.
Well, think about it. We have to be. We're an island. We want to go anywhere, we go by sea. So.
Okay, and we've talked a lot. I heard you speak very beautifully last night about some of the amazing work that you've done in the various cities around the world, but also at a more grassroots level, like the Sapinda. Talk to me a little bit about what those kind of projects mean to you.
Well, I think most races now, last 3 races, we've had groups of people from disadvantaged backgrounds, and we've got them sponsored and put them on the boats, and one at a time. And you see an enormous change in their lives. And you'll see the Sapinda Rainbow children shortly. They're from the townships in South Africa. But now look at them. They are totally changed. Some are in gangs, probably wouldn't have survived till they're 25. One of them, he said, well, I'm going off to get myself educated. I've realized there is a better life out there for me. That probably gives me more satisfaction than anything else. See that young life changed.
And what about the rest of the crew members? I mean, we've heard from some people today who have quit their jobs to do this race and turn their life on its head for the better, I'm sure. But what happens now? What advice would you give to the crew members who have just come back from a circumnavigation or even a leg about reintegrating and looking ahead to what's next in life?
Do you know what I hope to hear? I always say to them, I want to hear you say at the end, that's the best thing I've done with my life. Then I want to hear you say, so far, because then I know we've changed them, and they're going to go out there and do something more. But isn't that great? They're going out to be more adventurous, be it in business, which is an adventure, or be it climbing mountains or whatever. But go out there. They've realized now that they can take on nature in the raw and come back safely. So frankly, they can go and do what they like. They've got the confidence to do it, and I think that's marvelous.
Well, I think it is marvellous too, and I just wonder whether they've got the bug like you have. You've just told me you have to do another race round Britain and Ireland double-handed. We wish you all the very best of luck with that, Sir Robin. Thank you so much, not for talking to us today, but for creating this extraordinary phenomenon that has caused a shockwave across the globe over the last 11 months. It's quite extraordinary. And ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Sir Robin Knox-Johnson. Thank you. Amazing stuff. Well, we are just getting ready to gear up for the pinnacle of today's events. We are getting ready for the official prize giving. I'm joined on stage by the race director. Are we getting ready? Are we nearly there?
Well, I think Matt and the team from Mission Performance are almost ready. So they're causing a bit of commotion down there on the pontoon. But yeah, we're very close. So.
Okay, Justin, over to you.
Matt Mitchell and the crew of Mission Performance, come to the stage.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mission Performance skipper Matt Mitchell and his team taking to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, 12th place, it's Mission Performance. So, ladies and gentlemen, mission performance, skipper Matt Mitchell. Berkshire-based Matt is the youngest skipper in the race. The Atlantic crossing of the Clipper race was his 13th Atlantic crossing to date. And mission performance has specialized in delivering high-impact training programs which take lessons from adventures in challenging environments. Ladies and gentlemen, mission performance. Justin, I think you're going to have a quick chat with them.
Okay, Matt, so you made it. So how do you feel about being back in London after completing the world's longest yacht race?
Oh, it feels absolutely fantastic. The welcome we received has been brilliant. You know, good to see loved ones haven't seen in a while, and you know, it's just been great. Yeah, I couldn't ask for more.
Fantastic, it's amazing. Well, it's really good to see you. It's really good to have you back. It's really good to have Mission Performance back. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, in 12th place, Mission Performance.
And Matt, we just want to present you with a scale model of your yacht, Mission Performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Matt Mitchell and his team, Mission Performance! Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, that is 12th place Mission Performance. Well done, guys. I'm hoping that coming down the pontoon right now is going to be the 11th place team. Skipper Rich Gould and his team heading down now. 11th place in this epic 40,000-mile race around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big cheer as they head down. It's Invest Africa. Skipper Rich Gould has trained crew taking part in the race since 2009-2010 edition. Cheshire-born skipper says seeing crew develop their skills during training is the most rewarding part of his job. Invest Africa's managing partner is Rob Hersov, also managing partner of Seamanship UK, which has 8 young South Africans developing their leadership skills on the race. Here they come. We've spoken to many of them already today. The family of Invest Africa is huge. Remember, we have people that have done the whole race around the world, but also individual legs. They weren't all on the boat at the same time, thankfully. Hundreds of you. I love it. So I think Justin's going to grab a quick chat with you when you're all on the stage. Fantastic, guys. One more time, give it up for 11th place, Invest Africa.
Okay, then Rich, you've seen some varying conditions. You've seen 0 knots in the doldrums on race 2 and hurricane force winds in the Southern Ocean. Just tell me what's been the toughest part of the race for you.
0 knots, definitely 0 knots. We go really well in loads of wind. Unfortunately, we seem to do quite well at finding no wind.
he is the clipper. He is the clipper. He is the invest. He is the invest. I did my say what Tina. He is the something that you say what Tina. He is the invest you. He is the invest. He is the invest. He is the sapida. He is the clipper. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Fantastic.
Thanks, guys. As I said, they are special. They're very special. Going back to their home country, South Africa, with a fantastic memory. Probably in 10 years' time, they'll all be millionaires. We've changed them so much. We've changed ourselves. Well done, team. Well done, you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Rich Gould and his crew, Invest Africa. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Great photo opportunity there. The media are loving it. Thank you so much. So 2 teams down, a few more to go. In 10th place, coming down the the pontoon, I can see their black shirts wandering along. Give them a cheer as they head down the pontoon. Jan Ridd and his team from Team Garmin coming down towards the stage. A big moment for them. Over the moon to have made it safely around the globe. Big celebrations on the stage as they come to greet our race director and also, of course, Sir Robin Knox-Johnson. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Jan Ridd and his team in 10th place from Team Garmin. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Garmin. Justin, over to you.
Okay, well done, Jan. You're a past Clipper skipper. You actually skippered on a race with me in 09-10. And you've seen some homecomings before. What do you make of this one?
Oh, this one tops them all. It was quite amazing coming into St. Katharine's. We weren't expecting so many people here.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've never seen so many people at a prize giving and a finish. So I just want to say well done to you and well done to the team of Team Garmin.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jan Ridd and Team Garmin. Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy this moment. Go and celebrate with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Oh, one more cheer. Team Garmin. Well done, guys. So that was 10th place, Team Garmin. Next up, ready and waiting, eager to get on the podium and celebrate, Chris Hollis, the Australian skipper, and his team, making their way down towards us now. Sponsored by PSP Logistics, based in Southampton. These guys won the first leg, and they had a fantastic race from there on in. Ladies and gentlemen, 9th place, Chris Hollis and his team from PSP Logistics. So now we've got all the crew on to the stage. They're all lined up. The ultimate selfie. There we go, love it. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, PSP Logistics. Totally photobombed by our race director.
Chris, you made it here. How's it feel to complete the world's longest ocean race?
You know, I thought about this last night and it hasn't quite sunk in yet. Maybe tomorrow, with a bit of a hangover, I'll realise that we've done it. But no, actually, the team has done fantastic, and I couldn't have asked more from them, especially in the last leg. Yeah, we really sailed the hardest week, and I think it was the best leg that we've had, despite winning a race in leg one. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that leg one race win down into Rio was pretty close, 19 seconds. That was fabulous. I think it's one of the closest finishes we ever had. So well done to you, and well done to your crew.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Team PSP Logistics, and a very happy birthday to one of your crew members.
And I just want to introduce the sponsors, Joe and Frank, up onto the stage. If you'd like to come up on stage and join your crew and your boat.
Fantastic, congratulations guys. One more time, PSP Logistics. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the celebrations. Congratulations. Enjoy the party. Enjoy the sunshine. Okay, that was 9th place PSP Logistics. In 8th place, the party team. We've seen them celebrating earlier, and they are certainly celebrating now. Pete Sterling and his team making their way along the dock towards us and up onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause from Jamaica. Get all right.
Let's go. Make no excuses.
So a huge thank you to sponsors Errol Flynn Marina, the Jamaican Port Authority and the Jamaican Tourist Board. They're joint sponsors together to show off the tourist destination and its marina and facilities to the world during this race. So if you're in the neighbourhood, make sure you get down there and visit the fantastic facilities in Jamaica. They've got the maracas out. They're loving this moment, champagne in hand. An extraordinary moment for all these crew members. Some of them have done the whole race, some of them have done the last leg, and many of them have done various legs around the world over the 44,000 miles over the 11 months. Big party time on board Jamaica Get All Right. Big hugs, big celebrations. They're all delighted to be back nearly on dry land. They still haven't set foot on a solid piece of land yet. That will come next. Let's get them all in place, all lined up. Delighted to see the team here from Clipper. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's have a big cheer for Jamaica Get All Right in 8th place.
So Pete, you're a past skipper as well in the 09-10 race. You've had the luxury of sailing both of these boats. So what do you think to the new Clipper 70?
You know what, the Clipper 70 is an exciting boat. It's fast. It's a really exciting boat. I know we had some issues at the beginning, but the boats have proven themselves to be really, really strong and excellent boats.
Fabulous. Okay, well, I think we all knew they would be. So well done to you and well done to the team of Jamaica Get All Right. And just to present you with your model.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Pete Sterling and his team, joined by their sponsors on stage. Lovely to have them here in London. Big celebrations for Jamaica Get All Right. They're joined by the High Commissioner of Jamaica. Fantastic to see them here enjoying the celebrations with Pete and his crew. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's have a big cheer for 8th place, Jamaica Get All Right. I think you guys deserve a rum now. Enjoy it. Thank you so much. Enjoy your celebrations, and thank you for bringing the Jamaican weather with you. So that was 8th place, Jamaica Get All Right. Gareth Glover, the 36-year-old, leads our next team in 7th place down to the stage for their award ceremony. Lots of emotion here on the pontoons as crew members see each other from different boats. They only see each other from the different boats, of course, when they're in port. So this is a big moment. They've all shared this wonderful journey together around the world, albeit on different boats. So heading down towards us now, flying the wonderful flag, Vicky Song from China, the first woman to circumnavigate the globe from China, leads her team along with skipper Gareth Glover down towards the main stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this wonderful woman and this wonderful team. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ching Dao. This wonderful team supported by the Qingdao Yachting Association, who are so passionate about bringing the sport of sailing to China and to Qingdao. Qingdao, obviously, the sailing venue for the Olympics in 2008. I was in the city of Qingdao personally with another event just a few weeks ago, and it is an extraordinary city with an extraordinary vision for this sport that we love around the world, and it's fantastic to see them here supporting this team and helping get young Chinese sailors into sailing. And now we celebrate with Vicky Song, the first woman to circumnavigate the globe from China. Extraordinary. This is your moment, guys. Enjoy every minute of it. This is the moment that you will look back on for the rest of your life and think, yes, I did it. Fantastic achievement to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for 7th place, Qingdao.
Okay, Gareth, well done. So you're a past Clipper skipper as well, skippered in the 11-12 race. So how does it feel to be a double circumnavigator?
Well, absolutely amazing, really. The amount of sea miles I've had in the last 3 years has been unbelievable, really, and it's been amazing to do both races with Clipper and skip for the new Clipper 70s.
Fantastic. Well, they are a fantastic boat, so I just want to congratulate you and the team of Qingdao. Okay, we're just going to present you with your model.
Hey, beauty! I have finished the one, eh? I promise.
So the beautiful model presented to Qingdao for their 7th place around the world. A fantastic model, of course, of their boat that they have nurtured around the world over the last 40,000 miles. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Qingdao.
Okay, well done, Qingdao. Now, before you leave the stage, we have another award for you. The judges, myself included, we've decided that you are going to be the recipients of the Henry Lloyd Clipper Race Seamanship Award. And so just a little bit of explanation is required here. The crew of Qingdao actually responded to a mayday from Mission Performance right at the start of the race from Hobart to Brisbane. And for that selfless act of ceasing racing, they had no consideration for their race position. They stood by while the mayday was carried out with the Australian Coast Guard. But not only did they do that, Mission Performance also suffered an engine fire, and Gareth and the crew of Qingdao towed Mission Performance back into port. And because Mission Performance had lost 2 of their crew in a medevac, they actually donated 2 of their crew with alacrity. They both came forward, no questions asked, so Mission Performance could continue racing. So well done, guys. And I just, Paul and Martin Trzecki, to present you with the Henry Lloyd Clipper Race Seamanship Award.
This is your moment, guys. Big cheers on board. Let's see your arms in the air for the photos. This will all be a picture. Fantastic. Well done. A huge congratulations, not only for your 7th place, but of course for the Seamanship Award as well.
And Gareth and team, just before you leave the stage, Mr. G, one of your sponsors, would like to come forward. He's got a very special gift for you.
A wonderful gift there from the city of Qingdao, who have been so supportive, along with the Qingdao Yachting Association, for this entry into the Clipper Around the World race. Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much. Enjoy your celebrations. So that was 7th place, Qingdao. If you haven't seen your team yet, don't panic. We are getting there. Please stay with us. It's a beautiful day here in the heart of London, and this is an exceptionally special day for all of these crew members who have done an incredible thing, either sailing around the world or sailing a very significant distance in one or more of the legs. Right, next up, no more champagne. These guys are all about whiskey. In 6th place, being brought up the pontoons as we speak. The celebrations are already happening. We are going to welcome onto the stage Patrick and his team from Old Pulteney. Here they come, greeting their friends on Qingdao as they go past. Of course, the single malt Scotch whiskey brand Old Pulteney, the maritime malt, is a perfect fit with the Clipper race, with a company which has the sea rooted in its heritage and, of course, its location.
As well, so they've been fantastic. It's been some great parties. Great parties, right?
It's perfect. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay then. Well done to you, Patrick, and the team from Old Pulteney.
The crew of Old Pulteney just being presented with their beautiful model of the boat that they've just sailed around the world on. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, 6th place, Old Pulteney. Guys, thank you so much. Congratulations. Enjoy your celebrations this evening. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, just before you go, we've got a presentation for you. I think Dame Ellen's coming down for the Ellen MacArthur Cancer Trust Award. And here's Dame Ellen now.
Hi there. Well done, Di. I think there's going to be some champagne let off, but I'd just like to say thank you so much for doing such an amazing job for the Cancer Trust with your all your filming and your blogging. It's been amazing to follow. Well done on the round the world journey. Oh dear. And enjoy the champagne. And thank you so much for Clipper for having the Cancer Trust, the official charity of the Clipper Around the World race. We're really thrilled. And well done for winning the champagne and for being the best boat, the most dynamic boat when it came to sharing what we do.
Lovely words there from Ellen MacArthur, of course, the Ellen MacArthur Cancer Trust, the official charity of the Clipper Round the World race.
Okay, guys, do you want to start?
Thank you so much to the crew of Old Pulteney. Enjoy the celebrations, guys. You thoroughly deserve it. It's the first time in a long time that they will have been splashed not by seawater but by champagne, so enjoy that. Okay, they are chomping at the bit to get on stage. I can see them all lined up. They certainly have a lot of fans here in the race village, and it's no wonder. They've had a great race around the world, finishing in 5th place. Of course, led by 31-year-old Vicky Ellis, who's the only female skipper in this race. And what a cracking job she's done for her team. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big cheer to 5th place, Switzerland. Here they come, Vicky Ellis and her team. Great stuff on board Switzerland. Team partner, Swiss Sailing, entered the yacht for the first time in the race's history. Switzerland, of course, has a long-standing tradition with famous and successful sailors. All of these crew members will now join that list. Of course, Switzerland have participated in races like the America's Cup, the Whitbread, the Vendée Globe, you name it. And here they are now as part of the Clipper Round the World race. And what a successful race they have had, coming in 5th place. Vicky, the 3rd only female skipper in the Clipper Round the World race. A great achievement from her. Lining up perfectly like the precision of a Swiss watch. I like it, guys. Stay true to the brand. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, in 5th place, Switzerland!
Okay, Vicky, well done. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to change my question. Tell me some more about Hop Swiss, and what does it mean?
Well, Switzerland has many languages, many official languages, French, German, and Italian, and Hop Swiss is a way of saying, go Switzerland, in one of those many languages.
Okay, go Switzerland. Okay. So one of your sponsors has been Mercy Ships. Can you just tell me a little bit more about Mercy Ships?
So Mercy Ships is a hospital ship charity, and we've been raising money for them as we've gone around the world. And we have raised enough money, the crew of Switzerland have, to save 21 lives in this year. So a massive congratulations to Team Switzerland.
Fabulous, fabulous. And we've got Renee Lemon here to present you with a banner. Renee?
So ladies and gentlemen, one more time, with the support of Mercy Ships, give it up for 5th place, Vicky Ellis and her crew on board Switzerland. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the party tonight. I'm sure there'll be many, many celebrations going on long into the night. Enjoy spending time with your family, enjoying back with your friends and your loved ones who have all your supporters around the race village. They've been as fantastic as you guys today. So thank you very much. Enjoy. Congratulations. I can see a hue of purple down at the end of the pontoon. The guys are ready and waiting. They were in Derry very recently, and now here they are in the heart of London, very proud to hold their heads high and finish in 4th place, led by Sean McCarter, the 32-year-old sailor from Northern Ireland, flying the flag for Derry, of course, in their purple shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, in 4th place, it is Derry Londonderry. Well done, guys.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you can talk to God, go banging on.
Of course, Derry City Council, the first UK City of Culture in 2013, the city's 400th anniversary. They're joined by the Mayor of Derry today to celebrate in this success. And what a success it is. The purple shirts coming in 4th place. An extraordinary moment for the team, an extraordinary moment for the city of Derry. And the Mayor has even dyed her hair purple. That is an extraordinary moment.
You can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you can get the gold. Breaking over records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. You ain't ever gonna know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for 4th place, Derry!
So, Sean, you were fighting for a podium position in that last race. You didn't quite get it. You must have a sense of disappointment, but such a great sense of achievement.
Yeah, I mean, we were right in it to the very last race, so that's a credit to all the guys. We didn't quite manage to pull it off. I think we were underdogs, and all credit as well to 1DLL. They did a great job, so congratulations to them on their podium.
Yeah, but you did a fantastic job, and so did your crew. You're a very popular crew, so well done to you all. Derry Londonderry Doro. Kneel down, guys. Can you kneel down? So you see the guys behind you. There you go.
Big smiles from Sean McCarter and his team on board. Derry Londonderry, amazing effort. Well done, guys. Fantastic achievement. 4th place, one more cheer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you guys have plenty of plans for celebrations tonight. Sean's smiling, look at him, he knows what he's got planned. Enjoy the celebrations, you thoroughly deserve it. Great achievement and congratulations on your 4th place. Thank you. So we've been through all the teams from 12th place through to 4th place. And now it is time to get into the chocolates. This is the 3 top teams that after 11 months of racing, 40,000 miles, every condition and environment on the planet you can imagine, every wind speed, every storm, everything you could ever imagine, from icebergs to tornadoes, from the doldrums, you name it, these guys have experienced it. And for these 3 teams, they are coming in not only having done a circumnavigation, but in the top 3 position. So getting ready to come down Ollie Cottrell, just 28 years old, leads his team on board 1DLL in third place. Great to have 1DLL back for a second race in this Clipper Round the World race, and what a fantastic result for the team. Still plenty more 1DLL crew members to come down the dock. They are enjoying every second of this moment, and quite rightly so, well deserved. You're going to have to make some more space than on the stage, you lot. I think we need some more this end. A few more to come. No wonder you did so well. There are hundreds of you. Okay, I think that's it. Have we got a full complement now? Have you done a head count, Ollie? Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. In third place, 1DLL.
Okay then. Well done, Ollie and the team of 1DLL.
A 1DLL now being presented with their model boat, beautifully made. Look at that, they love it. You need about 100 of them. Fantastic, congratulations guys. Third place in the 2013-2014 Clipper Round the World race, 1DLL.
Ollie, just before you leave, I just want to ask you a quick question. What's going on back there? Ollie, I've forgotten what I was going to ask you now. So you had Derry Londonderry, they were snapping at your heels there for a third place podium overall. How did you manage to keep them at bay?
Yeah, so it was, all credit due to Derry Londonderry. They had a fantastic race in the last couple of races, especially. We just haven't been able to find the boat speed to keep ahead of them. This time we just sort of went on a crash diet in Den Helder, and then we basically worked our socks off, nothing more.
Fantastic. No, it does. It sounds like you've been partying hard, but there's a bit of a delay there, so I can assure you he hasn't been partying that hard. Well done, 1DLL.
fantastic achievement, guys. Congratulations. Well done to all of you. Enjoy the celebrations tonight, and we hope to see you on the water again soon. You're not getting out of it. You're all coming back to do another one. Enjoy. Thank you so much. So that was 1DLL in third place. Now in second place, a great team led by Simon Talbot, 44-year-old British skipper, supported of course by the Great Campaign, a government initiative to get more investment, more business, more tourism into the UK. That entry of course supported as well by some really truly great British companies which are emblazoned down the side of their boats. So ladies and gentlemen, in second place, they're going to start the long walk round towards us now, so give them a big cheer as they go past. It's Great Britain! Lots of dancing, lots of celebrations, and rightly so. Also, the race-winning beard is about to get onto the stage. You guys are going to have to make room for all of you. Come on, you're used to small spaces. Squeeze up a little bit. You might have to do 2 rows, some of you kneeling, some of you standing. Okay, we've got them all now. So, in second place in the 2013-2014 Clipper Round the World race, Great Britain!
And now Great Britain, to present you with the second place pennant and champagne is Sir Robin.
Ladies and gentlemen, second place, Great Britain! Congratulations, guys. Second place. Justin, are you going to grab a quick word with skipper Simon?
Simon, so, and Team GB, 6 wins, 6 gold pennants, more than any other team in this. Yeah! So just pipped to the post, though, so it's disappointing there, but also great sense of achievement. How does that make you feel?
Over the moon, over the moon. Yeah, it's been an incredible year, incredible race, and to come in with every single member of my team having walked away from the race with a pennant, either a first place or a second place, fantastic achievement. 6 firsts, 5 seconds, and people gaining so much from this race. It's been fantastic to see. We've had a wonderful time. The crew on board are fantastic, delight to sail with. I couldn't wish for any better support. They deserve everything we've got, and it is these guys that have done it. They'll all tell you I spent most of the year sleeping, so they've done the work. I've just had a nice little cruise around the world. What more can I say? It's been fantastic. Thank you to all of my crew. Huge pat on the back to you all. You deserve everything we've achieved. Absolutely stunning. Thank you all.
Well done, Simon, and well done, Team GB.
A fantastic job there from Team GB. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy being back on dry land. And that leaves just one team remaining. They've very patiently waited for their moment in the spotlight, and it is just seconds away. As we've heard, there's been a 40 close battle around the world, but in the end, it was one team that came out victorious with 166.9 points in the end. This is their moment, the winners of the 2013-2014 Clipper Round the World race. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Henry Lloyd. We want cheers all the way along from the crowds, please, as they make their way down towards the main stage. Of course, Henry Lloyd celebrated their 50-year anniversary in 2013, and no better way to show the prowess of their wet weather gear than a circumnavigation. And here is the result. A team that have fought tooth and nail around the world, and in the end, just managed to claim the top spot. They are led by Eric Holden, the 33-year-old Canadian, holding the flag center stage, quite right too. Just need the flag the other way around, Eric. Perfect. This super smart navy blue shirts. You certainly don't look like you've done a circumnavigation. Blue, black, sorry, black, blue. You look smart either way. Well, there's certainly no shortage of fizzy stuff on this stage, and rightly so. Ladies and gentlemen, they are all there. The winners of the Clipper Round the World race 2013-2014, Henry Lloyd.
Okay, Eric, you're the first Canadian, along with your crew, to be crowned the Clipper champions. Just tell me how that feels.
Unbelievable. Just want to make sure I thank all my team. They've been incredible, supportive, loyal, hardworking. This team is awesome. Go.
a man of few words, so we'll leave it there. We just have a short message from Sir Ben Ainsley. Video message. Well, I don't think that's coming on, but we've also Martin and Paul Strzelecki, your Henry Lloyd sponsors, to come up to the stage and say a few words.
So, first of all, thank you for this fantastic support. Thank you to Clipper and Sir Robin, William, and Amy, and all the team. What a team. Athletes, all of you, fantastic. But most of all, Eric! Yay!
I really can't add very much to that. You've made us at Henry Lloyd so proud, and it's not just this team that are winners in this race, it's every single person who's sailed in this race. So congratulations to everyone. Eric, team, what a fantastic moment. You deserve everything. Thanks a lot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up one more time for the 2013-2014 Clipper Round the World Race winners, Henry Lloyd.
Okay, guys, you need to receive your yellow pennant and another bottle of champagne like you need it. So, Sir Robin.
And now they're going to be presented by Sir Robin Knox-Johnson with a very special trophy. Sir Robin